Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your girl V from Drinking Tea with V, and you are here now at the best place to be. Hey, on a Sunday, on a fun day, any day. Have it your way, honey. All right, so it's another live show. My voice is needs a little extra help today. But we're gonna get through this. We are going to get through this. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Our guest is gonna be with us in a little bit. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for the grand entrance. Drum roll. Hey!
What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening, V.
Welcome.
How
Hi,
you?
Gilda. What's up?
I'm good. I'm
Wait,
good.
you
How
know
you
what? I
doing?
gotta fix it. I always gotta fix the hair first, cause
I
we
would
have
fix
these
mine, but
rebellious.
I ain't got none. I ain't got nothing like looking like yours. I can't fix nothing. So like,
Always have some unruly strands, but hey, you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
you gonna do whatever
So,
you do.
so welcome to Drinking Tea with V.
Thank you so much for having me. You know, when you extended the invitation, you know I had to pull up one time. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean?
Aww. Cause I was real. I got the answer real quick. I was like, wait. Hold up. I was like, we doing this? But you didn't see
Yeah,
that
I
part. You
mean,
didn't. You didn't see that part.
I ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? And like I say, you extend the invitation. I've been hearing about you showing stuff, so I figure why not pull up and we can have a good conversation while we drinking tea because I like tea myself. You know what I mean? So, of
Oh, we have a tea drinker today. Awesome sauce.
course, of
You know
course,
what?
of course.
I like to give people the opportunity to do their own do. Because not
Hmm.
everybody's a tea drinker. I'm like,
Well,
choose a
that's
beverage
true.
of choice.
That's true. That's true. Not everybody's a tea drinker, but I enjoy my cup of tea every morning. So yeah, definitely. I with it.
Nice. All right then. Well, let's get into our flavor of the day then.
But let's
And
do
then
it.
we're gonna have our flavor of the day. Then we'll get
Hmm.
into a gratitude moment. Then you could tell the people a little bit more about yourself, and we're gonna get straight on into it.
Bet. I don't. Whatever you want me to do, I'm here. I'm with it. I'm excited. Let's go.
All right. So today, flavor of the day. Flavor of today for me is I
Hmm.
felt like, I like to correlate my drinks to the show. And
Hmm.
since we listen to Matt and Big and Broad in the back there too by you,
Yeah, kind of
um,
big. Yeah.
I figured this is one of my favorite like island drinks and or island teas actually, and it's lemongrass. And this is like as
Mm.
close to the lemongrass from the tree lemongrass that I could get.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm having today.
Okay, well that's a good flavor today. Mine I kind of went that route too. This one is if I'm mistaken, is organic lemongrass with eucalyptus and ginkgo fusion. So yeah, it's a little mixture, a little mashup there, but you know what I mean? I with it. I with it. Cheers. You know what I mean? Cheers to itself. I know it's kind of hot though, but I still.
Yeah, that's why I'm holding on to it because my fingers are actually like almost always cold. So I like I
Mine
like to
too.
put
I
it.
ain't gonna lie. The whole time I holding the cup, cause I feel good. You know what I mean? So same thing.
That
I
is
ain't know what
me.
going on.
My tea is like a dual function. It's like the warm up situation for my fingers, and then I like the taste of it, and then it goes down inside. It's like a hug on the inside. I think I actually had that yesterday.
Said
But yeah,
fact.
tea is
Yeah,
like a hug on the inside. I like hugs. I like hugs. So a hug on the inside is even better.
that's true. Can't argue with that self.
So let me see. My gratitude moment for am I a little bit? Let me see. I think now I'm really straight.
Yeah,
My
you good, man.
gratitude moment of this week or today or
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm.
I really have to think for a second because I'm like, do I get like real or do I keep it like PC?
Hey, you can keep it however you know. I don't forever. You know, I'm following
Um,
your lead.
okay, no. I always say I like to keep it real and relevant. Um, Today I am grateful for my resilience.
Hmm.
Yeah, for my resilience because I was keyed up like half of the day today. So today is a get up, dress up, and show up kind of moment.
Facts. I mean, it's Sunday, we ain't supposed to be technically working on a Sunday, but we gotta show up and show out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I am that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm happy to be here and that you are also here with me. That's also another thing that I'm grateful for. So you go ahead.
Yeah, so today, good health, definitely. Thankful for that. You know what I mean? I suffer from a bad sinus and a couple sinus issues. For the past week, I just been like put on in my bed. I still work because I work right here at home.
Mm.
So I just been put on in my bed and stuff like that. But you know, as the week got better, today I felt the best I ever felt for the week. You know what I mean? Went to the gym and thing. So yeah, good health, man. I just really thankful for that because when your body out of whack, there's nothing you could do but listen to it. You understand? So you can't fight it. So that's definitely itself.
Yo, I feel like we're twins. I feel
Also,
like we're twins because I also
also,
suffer from my sinuses.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is, but my
Ah,
sinus hate me, Jed. I don't know.
there's like me and there's my sinuses. So if you see me after like every so much time when we do this, it's because I don't want to do it on camera, but we have to clear the situation because we want to show the situations.
Hey, it
But
is what it is, but we keeping it 100% on the show. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
exactly, real, raw, and relevant.
Exactly.
So, for y'all who looking in, hi. Let me see. Let's give a shout out to those who have shown up.
Yeah, shout them out.
Again, Shayla,
God damn this
Alwyn,
hot.
Claudius again, the bearded seven. Hi, Miss James. Hello, hello. Andra Milo, Angie, what's up, girl? Dollar Hush, SM Events. Listen, yo, all Rocky, y'all done showed up here already. Nash, what's up, girl?
Shout out to
Cash,
everybody, man.
shout out to all of y'all. Good
Definitely.
afternoon, good evening, all the things. If it's good morning to you too. But yeah, we are getting it straight on into the topic. I don't want to waste any minutes.
Let's go.
Don't wanna
Let's
waste any
go. I'm
minutes.
here with you. I'm here with you.
So, and we have the round glasses too. You see, we're twins. We're twins. It's
Twins.
official.
We got a twin into
Except for the hair. I doing it for
talk,
you. Don't worry. We're balancing each other
talk
out.
to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
The topic, guys, for today is if you have not heard of it yet, Gilda's song that is my anthem. If y'all
Oh, wow.
don't, that has
Thank
been
you.
like on repeat. But
That's
I
love.
am still growing, and that was the inspiration for today's show, Growth Game Strong.
You
Because
dig?
we're all about growth over here in these streets. We never sit still. It's not about perfection. It's
No.
about progress. So, Gilda,
That's
tell us
the
a little
thing.
bit more of yourself. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, I go by the name of Guilda, real name Devon Stapleton from the island of St. Martin. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I am a hip hop artist slash songwriter. Been doing hip hop music for since I was 16. Back then on St. Martin, everybody used to know me as Lil Cent. And when I used to run around with Outcast and 187 bars, and we made TINT, Beat the Monkey, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then through the years, just formed into Guilda, did my own thing. Was running around with General Pie, Rockstar Lifestyle, RSLS for a bit. Then I came up here and started just doing my own vibe, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much the summary of it. You know what I'm saying?
So wait. How did you get from Lil Scent to Gilda? This is like an upgrade. Is this like a growth process?
Well, I that was I think my first run in with growth because the story. Okay, first of all,
Uh-huh.
shout out to Brat from Town, 48, Mr. 48. He gave me the name Little Cent years ago when I used to
Okay.
perform in culture centers and boardwalks and stuff because I was a big 50 Cent fan. So they would call me Little Cent. But then we went to New York. I'll never forget this. Me, G Money, my brother Mikey, Granger, all of us, we went New York because Teen Times, the talent shows used to win. When people win, they would send the kids to New York. So
Yeah.
we went to New York and we went to 106 and back at MTV and 50 Cent was running around in the city doing a tour or something or whatever. And G Money was like, yo, shout out to G Money too. G Money was like, yo, you can't be calling yourself Little Cent is not original. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I was like, okay, but what else I can call myself? Like I so used to being called Little Cent or just Cent, you know what I mean? And he
Mm.
was like, I got it. You know G Money with the American accent, I got it, bro. So we should call you Guilda. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, no, it's calm because you know you a 50 cent fan, but a guilder is like 55 cents. And I'm like, well, we're not gonna ever give that explanation out, but cool. We're gonna do it for the peoples. So we switch it, and I mean it's something original to St. Martin because yeah, up here we don't use guilders anymore, as you know. So is
Yeah.
when people up here hear my artist name, they'll be like the Gilder? Like the coin? Like
Like the
yeah. So
silver,
then
silver, yeah.
it bring back some type of nostalgic feeling. So it was just that's how the name switch came to be. Just searching for something more original and more in tune with this place here. So yeah,
True,
that's how that
true.
came about.
Hey, well, I fully on board with it because you're no little version of whoever else. You're a full version of yourself. So we're going for the full on Gilda. We're going for those sets.
Yeah. The big fat gilly, the big fat gilly. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
You can't be cutting yourself short or anything. But so the evolution of Lil Scent to Gilda. But
Yeah, I feel like my whole life has been an evolution, to be honest.
well, so let's go into that. Let me take it all the way back, and
Hmm.
then we go start progressing.
Let's go.
So because you said you started off in the business from like 16. So who were you as, let's take it a little further back. Who were you as a kid, and what is the difference between then and now?
Um,
Besides age.
as a kid, to be honest, it's crazy because I don't really remember, to be honest. But I mean, yeah, it's crazy because I never had like that memory of who I was as a kid. You know what I mean? But I know, like back then, I had love riding bikes, like my bicycle. Always loved it. So as a kid, I was just the dude in Ebenezer riding around on the bicycle all hours of the day with your friends, you know what I mean? Like always out and about, always on the road. You know, your mother come home
12
at
o'clock, 1
6.
o'clock in that hot sun?
Nah, them times we in school, you know what I mean? Back then,
Okay, okay.
shout out to Mac School. I used to go Mac School Campus 1, and then I went to the St. Martin Academy. So, and I live
Okay.
Ebenezer. So it was literally
Yes.
like I didn't
Hot skip
leave
and a jump.
that bowl for anything. You know what I mean? So it was the school home, it was all that. So yeah, I mean, I was kind of like a person that would just always be around people, but I still was a shy kid though. Like I wasn't like the type to just run, hi, my name is Devon. Like, no, I was always like the one to be in the back. But
Okay.
I would see it on like report cards. I can't remember, so I don't know how true this is, but I would see it like looking back at all my report cards, you would see like, oh, he's a natural leader. Oh, he leads this. Oh, he leads that. Lead. So I was like, well, I guess I was a leader. I don't know why I was leading, but we could do it that way. So yeah, as a kid, I was a shy kid, just always in the background riding bikes. I was just a simple dude. Like music didn't really come into the picture until I went to St. Kitts because my family's from St. Kitts. My whole family is Kittitian.
Okay,
So
okay.
I went St. Kitts by a cousin and he was rapping. And he had a little studio set up and thing. And I would just
Mhm.
memorize certain lyrics from the bigger songs and just rap it on the mic. And then my brother one day was like, yo, you should write your own music, like if you're repeating people rhymes, just write your own stuff. And yeah, that's how the music thing come in. Like that around 15, 16, around them side.
Okay. So that's where the whole thing started off for you then, where music is concerned, that's where it came in. But were you a
Yeah,
lover of
but
music before this or?
um, I mean, I grew up around it because my father, big up to Spoonie one time, he had his own kind of a band for years, Impact Band on St. Martin, and before that was Curious Stars, and they're like a legendary band on St. Martin. So I grew up
Yeah.
around calypso. Like I think when I was 2 years old, my mother had big headphones and me on a Carnival truck, so Carnival is in my blood. My bigger brother's Michael Granger. He was the president of Carnival for years. So music was always there, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
didn't, I ain't doing no calypso, like, time for that. So it's when I went to St. Kitts and I heard of hip hop. Like, it's when I was introduced to hip hop, is when I was like, yo, this is something. Because I just fell in love with not only what they were saying, but how they were saying it. Like I take a lot of pride in flow. You understand? Lyrically, I feel, but like flow, I really just get mesmerized with how people deliver certain words. So that's where the love come from. And then luckily, Shout out to DJ Outcast who discovered me years ago and gave me my first shot. So speaking of my brother, look, my big brother just joined the chat. Hey, shout out Mikey one time, man. So yeah,
Hey.
Outcast give me
What's
my
up, what's
first
up, what's
shot.
up?
Yeah, big up Mikey, man. Outcast give me my first shot, and then yeah, it just led from there into it grew from a like to a love, basically.
Okay, okay. So wait. So you saying that you were like, wait, Calypso? Oh, hell to the no. So did you do any other genres? Or was it strictly from the
No,
get-go?
no. Back then it was just rap, and you see, this is the thing. Like a lot of the younger generation of St. Martin know they know this now, but back then, when Mikey them had the talent shows in Extravaganza, it was actually like the thing to be a rapper on St. Martin. Like it was, if you was a good rapper, everybody knew who you was. So I was just infatuated with being a good rapper. I didn't care about singing. I didn't care about anything else. I was like, I going to out rap everybody. And then at the time, you had King Verse was a rapper. You had Kida, you had Nemesis, Nonchalant, Underground Rebels, Dutch Yaddies, like all these St. Martin legends in music.
So wait,
Bandit, yeah, like all these
I
man. And okay.
I want an inside scoop though. So
Mm-hmm.
so you were talking about you wanted to be a good rapper. Did you want to really be a good rapper? Or did it come with like for the extras?
I mean, that young, it was extras for sure. Like it was extras. I said, in the beginning, it was extras. It was a lot of extras. God damn, it was a lot of extras, boy. My gosh, because you have to understand, like, I went from nobody knowing who I was to Outcast discovering me, and we call it Outcast, and this time Outcast is like Outcast. He's still Outcast, but like he was
Yeah.
Outcast back then. And then you see me every day getting picked up by Outcast. I perform music extravaganzas,
Ooh.
talent shows, boardwalk, like everywhere. So then the extras came with it, and as a young kid, like he was like, well, damn, this is what it is. You know what I mean? Like we out here, you check it out. But
You'd be like, yeah. What you were saying
yeah.
again? I hear you. You see who come pick me up? Hello. So
It was bad.
what
No,
you
no,
saying again?
it was bad. Let me show you something how bad it was. In academy when I was in high school, in the height of the 187 bars era when we had TINT and all that type of stuff. Like them man, I used to finish school 125. You know you got a three finishes, 125, 2 p.m. Then you finish 3:45 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I used to finish school 125. My brother them, Cass, Junie, Shane, Mac, rest in peace, Mac, everybody, that's a whole other story. But anyways, they used to come to the school at 125, 5 cars deep, just to pick me up from school. Like it was that bad.
Right.
It was
But I
that
feel like
bad.
was this with another intention to like, hey, you have to set the stage from no.
I don't know what their intentions was. I was cool with it because I didn't have to walk home. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they was doing. But you know, I'm pretty sure, come on, back then, outside of school, when you're young, everybody want to get a flashy car, drive in front of schools, impress the girls, blah, blah, blah. So I'm guessing it's
Mhm.
that. But I wasn't complaining. But it was a lot. Like looking back at it, it was too much. You know what I mean? Like you and I would know it outside because everybody can have a sound system in it, TV screens, all or PlayStations and all this type of stuff. And I'm just like, this is too much. But
Did
it
you
was
really go
fun
outside like
times.
guys? Come on, like y'all. I used to be like,
A,
yeah.
a couple times I would be like, it's a lot because again, all these cars got sound system in it. If 5 of them outside, all of them playing the sound system, the whole school shaking. And I'm but it would be funny because they will pull up playing the songs we recorded. So I would be in class and then I would hear my voice outside. I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, the man there is cool, you know what I mean? So it was I ain't gonna lie, back then it was fun. It was fun. That ride of just being young, being super popular, it was fun. That was some fun times.
So that's when you ditch the whole biking thing and like, nah, now I get picked up by 5 cars playing my own song outside,
Everywhere. It
doing my
was bad.
promo.
It was horrible. It was we it turned into back then, okay, you had food center first and then you had La Grand Marché. We
Mm.
were the first ones to really start chilling outside La Grand Marché. Like we had the whole front, just cars, people chilling. So then every time we going out, we would be like, yo, we gonna meet La Grandma Shea, and then we gonna go. So then you meet La Grandma Shea, I'm not even lying, 10 to 12 cars. 10 to 12 cars, TV, this sound system. And then we pulling up. It was so bad, we used to pull up somewhere, call the venue first. The people would be like, how much cars coming? Oh, this much. Okay, look, the parking space. Like, it was bad. It was too much, man.
I love it. I love it. I wasn't a popular kid. Well, I was a known kid, but I don't think I was a popular kid.
Now I'm gonna ask
No,
you,
I
were you a
wasn't.
popular kid back then or?
No. No, I think I had the glow up situation. I wasn't a popular kid. I was a popular kid for when you want up them grades. They'd be like always like, hey, V, we need a little help, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Get it. Let me cheat off your paper there quick now. Going out with
exactly, it's
one
like
B.
I took it next to you for this test, okay? Like just move your hand a little bit to the left and
A
a
little
little
to
bit
the
to the
left,
right.
man. You're feeling watching. Just a little to the left.
I said, listen, I ain't going no for you, boo. I'ma help you, but I ain't going no
Mm,
for you. No, 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 no.
mm.
I think popularity start coming along when I still wouldn't call it popularity. I don't know. I have a issue with that. But anyways, so
Trust me, you didn't
I
want
think
it.
I got a little
Popularity
bit
is a waste
more.
of time.
I was more still even then. I was more about the impact than about popularity because I'm like, so you know my name, but you don't know me. So, but when I started going more into like the singing and yeah, I used to do a lot more singing back then. Um, and getting into a band. First, it was like a choir, then I ended up
Mm-hmm,
in a band and then doing more cultural stuff
mm-hmm.
and also organizing different concerts and all that kind of stuff. So that was tons of fun. I
Okay.
had a blast. And so I think that's where like me being a bit more known, but I was also like the shy kid. I had a lot to say, but yeah, I choose who I did that with.
Of
After
course.
I feel like it started to come along after where I was put into different positions from like I don't know, like 13, 14. I was the president of like the YMCA and blah 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 blah. So
Okay.
that was where that started to come along and it's like it just yeah, spiraled from there. And did
Yeah, I
pretty
feel
awesome
you.
stuff.
I feel you. That's dope, man. That's dope. Trust me,
Yeah.
popularity ain't a good thing. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Well, I think you have the stories to tell. I don't have that many stories. Well, I have stories, but I don't think I would have as many stories as you to tell me. Like when you're like there with your grandchildren, what would you tell? What would be some of the highlights, right? That you would sit down like think years and years ahead. What would be some of the highlights that you would tell your grandkids?
From when I was
From
younger, or
now,
just in
just
general.
from then till up to now, like what would be the highlights?
My biggest highlight I would tell my grandkids is definitely when I did the song No Giddy with Amarty, and he was like, yo, we going on a summer festival tour. I was like, what? So that would be something definitely because we did I think it was 5 festivals. He did more, but I did 5 festivals with him. And you
Okay.
gotta understand, like coming from where we come from, like nobody don't really just experience performing at festivals, you know what I mean? I get to hang
Yeah.
that on a stage full of thousands of people, you know what I mean? So like
I think like
that's definitely
50,000 minimum. That's like the regular.
you understand? Like some of them, we went on first, so we opened up, ain't have much people, but we still do what we had to
Okay.
do. But for the
Yeah.
most part, like yeah, that either that or hosting at Encore's New Year's Eve or New Year's party in the Milkway. Cause
Yeah.
that be lit. Shout out to Encore that party. Let's be lit. But yeah. But I wouldn't tell them nothing from well, of course they can ask, but I wouldn't really highlight anything from my super past because I ain't really proud of who I was back then. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't really highlight it. Maybe as a
Ooh.
lesson, probably. But to be like, hey, this is cool,
Okay.
like nah.
So who were you back then to who are you now? What's the growth
Back then
in
I was
that?
one back then I was one arrogant prick, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Like it was because this is why I say
You'd have been like, I'd have hit you
popularity.
up. I'd have been like, oh, Gilda, I would like to do a show with you. Da, da, da. You'd have been like, nah. Cause
Not the
yeah,
nah, but I would probably say you gotta call Ocas or something. Like it would have. It's just
call my manager,
no. I
call my
say
secretary, my
popularity.
assistant.
Popularity is cool, but I tell you, like again, as a kid, you don't know how to handle it. You know what I mean? And you become this arrogant. Well, in my case, this arrogant, cocky person, right?
Yeah,
That to the point where to this day, when people meet me and they
yeah.
get to know me, they'll be like, "Boy, I thought you was the most cockiest, ignorant person in the world." I'm like, "Where are you getting this from?" Like, I just here playing Xbox. I don't do nothing. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, back then I was very arrogant, very self-centered, very materialistic. It
Mm,
was very first degree with me. Everything is in the physical realm, like only physical stuff, material stuff matter.
yeah.
Um, and that's why I am proud of it, you know what I mean? And I work really hard to transform into the man I am now and the man I'm going to become later down because I would do a disservice to myself and
Mm,
to the people that follow me that I just act in this way and knowing deep down that's not who my mother raised me to be, you know what I mean? So it's like
mm.
at some point you just got to transform it or grow up. It's called growing up, people. That's what you got to do.
Hey, that's why
Definitely.
the good game gotta be strong if you want to last out here in these streets. You know what I mean?
Hey, but I'm still growing, you know. No pun intended.
All the puns intended. Bring them, bring
All of
them.
them.
But
All of
yes,
them.
you see, I'm on trend. You notice that I'm on trend. I'm on
Yeah,
trend.
I
With the
see the
yellow.
yellow. When it come on, I like, hey, I seen you, you know. I seen you. I feel you. I feel you. I appreciate that. I glad you like the song though. I glad like you see you had it on repeat and stuff, and I really glad that you like the song and everybody else who listened to the song. Shout out to y'all and keep streaming it on Spotify and every streaming platform out there. But I'm still growing. Guilda featuring digits. Yiddy.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, yo, listen. I feel like I'm just like every stream. I'm like, yes, closer to 10,000. Yes, closer to 10,000.
You know, the 10,000 thing ain't really that much of a big deal for me, but it would
I
just be
mean,
cool.
it's
Like,
still.
it's cool. Like, you know what I
No,
mean?
no, let's do this. If we gonna do, let's do this. It is a big deal. It is another milestone, and I feel like why not? I feel like why not?
Yeah. That's the
Because
thing. It's
I
like,
like,
why not me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could I make music. I think I make music just on par with those who just get those numbers anyway. So I'm like, why not run this one up? You know what I mean? So,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
You see, this is something like I posted something. What it was yesterday,
Hmm.
about humility. Like I have to still work on recalibrating my whole humility situation. It's like I am so used to definitely being the one who's a cheerleader, cheering on everybody, be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But then when it comes to me, no, when it comes to
Yeah.
myself, I'm like, even just now when I was talking about, yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily popularity. It's like,
Don't worry, I the same way. I completely
yeah,
understand what you're saying. We could coach up anybody around us, but then with ourselves, it's like,
I still push, I still push myself though. I still push myself. I push
Facts.
myself, but I don't like to be loud about my accomplishments. Even though I was like, when I start to think back on all this stuff and people ask me like, oh yeah, who are you, V? I'm like, where do you want to start?
You want to start in 1998 or where we going? We want to start.
But
Like,
the thing is, I feel like I've done quite a bit and I feel like I'm busy consolidating right now.
mhm.
But it's still a matter of like people could only process but so much. And then if they see too many different things, it's like, huh, what? I'm confused.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
did you try to do that with your music by sticking to hip hop only or
Oh, never. Like, oh, no. I was always the
yeah?
dude that was down to try everything. You know what I mean? Because one rapper that I looked up to growing up
Yeah.
through this whole journey is Lil Wayne. Like, he's the guy when it comes to rap to
Oh,
me. And
yeah.
it's
Bars.
like, what do you say?
I say bars.
Bars, yeah, bars and flow. So it's like, but what I was looking up to him mostly is because he wasn't afraid to try different things. Like he had a rock
Mm,
album, he had a album with singing, How to Love. He was singing, playing a guitar, and Letters of Soft. So with me, I came out with. You have to think my biggest song. First of all, Beat the Monkey with One I said, but that's a kind of love song, and that song is huge back home. So that done already was left field. Then my biggest song is Dance Flow featuring Shanti, and that's like a hip hop zouk song.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, or before that, I believe I have Party Drink and Have Fun with Nori, which is an EDM house song. Then
I didn't hear
so
that one.
oh thank God.
I was like
That
digging, I was
was
digging back in your catalog, and I was like, I didn't hear that one though.
yeah, that one cause I take it off everything. Like it was an experiment back
Ah,
when the EDM stuff was big, but it actually do really well. Like everybody liked the song except me because I
so
was
why
just
did
like,
you take it
nah,
down?
we not doing that. V, come on, we not doing that.
You see, that's why I was like, okay, so did you do anything else? Okay, did you try to stick to the hip hop? I feel like you dabbled in a little song. I was like, you see, I was
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I dabbled in a bunch of different things. And for example, the song with a Martino Giddy, that's an Afrobeat song. You know what I'm
Really,
saying?
I love
So
it.
I rap on an Afrobeat. I wrote a song for Shermanology featuring Juan Magan, which is a Latin artist in Spain. So that was like kind of like a Latin vibe. So I never decided to be like from jump, I was always the one in the crew, like, yo, we should do this outside of rap. Because I knew the good thing about being under Outcast from so young is because I
Mm,
learned that hip hop on St. Martin could only take you this far.
so cool.
You feel me? So unless you evolve and go into different genres, you can just be right here in this box. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I didn't have my big streaming. No, my first I think no Giddy's 100,000 streams, and that was on an Afrobeat song. So that's when. So I was always the one back then when I was rapping with like General Pine. I'm like, yo, we need to stop making all this rap. We need to start like singing. We need to start doing Afro beats like this and that. And so
Mm.
I was never afraid to like venture out to hip hop. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because I feel like when you have a broad arsenal, then it's like somebody just click on your stuff and you could listen to that like the whole day. Because it
Yeah.
switches up, it changes, and that kind of keeps, the interest speaking just instead of hearing just one sound continuously. But like when I was talking about bars, right? Listen, I was listening to you. So I was digging up. Let me see. When did I hear the first time I heard about you and it clicked was when you were doing the freshman encore.
Or the encore freshman, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, the competition.
yes. And somebody was like, "Yeah, you need to vote for Guilda." Blah, 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 blah. I was like, I feel like I heard you before, but it didn't.
It didn't click.
No, because yeah, half my life is in Martin, half well, a little less than half my life is in St. Martin and the rest is Aruba. So I felt like I was like, no, I heard this voice before. But then is when it clicked for me and then it was like, hey, this dude got bars.
Appreciate it.
What
Appreciate it.
is your like no need to look at your watch's perfect timing. I was like, yes. I was like, it's always perfect timing. It's always perfect timing. Where
Yeah.
does your inspiration come from when you're making your music?
My inspiration, first of all, shout out to J Mello, my producer. My inspiration comes from the beat. So we have a
Mm,
Dropbox together, and he would just text
yeah.
me like, "Yo, I put two beats in a Dropbox," and I will just go and listen, and wherever his direction on the beat is where I go with my lyrics, right? But then
Okay.
I could write really fast. So I would just be like, oh, okay, cool. So if he send the beat at me at 7:20, I have the whole song like written. I'm just like, yo, this is what it is. The Run It Back song, I write that in 30 something minutes ish. The whole
What?
thing. Yeah. And I write it in the studio. So it's like it literally just comes from the beat. And I take pride in being lyrical because again, back to when I was coming up, I had to
Mm,
compete with Versatile, K-Dot, Nonchalant, Nemesis, all these man bandit who's
yeah.
lyrical people. And my whole thing was they're not going to out rap me. Like nobody's going to out rap me. Like y'all older, y'all bigger, whatever, but you ain't gonna
Yeah.
say what I can say in the way I can say it. So from
Mm,
since then, I just always stay up 4 o'clock in the morning, had to go to school the next day, me and Kale. I up with a little flashlight and a pen and a book, and I just write in lyrics. But I try to think of the clever thing to say. And versus like saying, like I try to when I give a punchline, I try to give context. So some people would say sky is blue, but I would say, yeah, if you look to the sky, the reflection of the water, something blue. So it's like always a
Yeah.
story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I just do it. Is I don't know where it does come from, to be honest. It just comes from the drive where nobody in my head when I write, I'm like, nobody gonna rap me. Period. Like, so that's how I do it. You know what I mean?
It's like it's still one like I'm gonna be on top. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who y'all think y'all be. I'm gonna be on top. I love it.
Facts, and that's how I approach every situation. Like I don't care if I'm in a studio here in Amsterdam with a bunch of artists. I gonna walk in the studio, you know. And this is the thing, like in these big studios up here, everybody is like it's an ego measuring competition. You know, this one come in play his song. Everybody like, oh my god, it's awesome. I'm like, okay, whatever. But
Mm,
you know, when it's like, okay, but let me put on the mic, let me rap. Let me make music. Then when they hear what I'm
mm,
saying and how I say it, it's like, whoa, who is this dude? Like, you know what I mean? So you just gotta let the talent, you gotta believe in yourself, no matter what you're doing, even if it's about music, dance, art, photography, whatever you do.
mm,
And it's not a cocky thing. It's just you have to believe in yourself. So whatever you do, you gotta approach it with I the best here. You know what I mean?
mm.
Period. Like I am the best. Nobody seeing me. And if they say he seeing me, they lying. Like that's how you gotta approach it. So yeah, it is what it is.
But how did you go? Listen, for hip hop, I feel like you need some sense of like, I don't want to call it arrogance. You have to have a sense of confidence. You have
Mhm.
to be able to be that person who is like I don't have no shame in self-promotion. How did
Mhm.
you go from this shy kid to that person then that was actually necessary for I feel like it's necessary for the hip hop game then to be like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm gonna be on top. You gonna out rap me? I gonna out rap you. This, that, the back and forth, the this, that. Like, how do you go from that person to the next person?
I think that's a very good question. I think is the environment I had coming up, right? So again, I was going everywhere with Outcast. Outcast already is like I'm DJ Outcast. Every time you press a button, his name plays. So he got that confidence. Then
True.
I was under K Dot, and K Dot got all the confidence in the world. He would always coach me up to it. He would never let
Mm.
me feel like I ate better than everybody. You know what I mean? Like we would be backstage at talent shows. He like, yo, you better than he? You better than him? You better than him? I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And then through my brother too, like Mike, he's a very I don't know how to say it. He's a very friendly guy. He has a lovely personality.
Friendly.
Yeah, like everybody like Mikey. Like
Friendly.
everywhere it was is like, oh, you Mikey brother, you Mikey young brother. So it's like growing up in that too with the whole teen times thing, and then from young being on Laser 101, so I got comfortable with just speaking to an
Mm.
audience in general. So my whole nurturing coming up, I just get super comfortable with it. But the flip side to that is a lot of my life I live like uh, a character. You know what I mean? Like Little Sen and Gilda is a character. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And in my mind, I could put those characters to whatever they want to be. So I learned from early that, okay, if you're going to do this, you have to dress a certain way, be a certain way, act a certain way. And now that I older, it actually is stupid, but that's just what it is. You know what I mean? But that's how it is. So just the environment, how it was coming up, the like I say, from with all cast, the kid to being on Laser 101 from young and being comfortable with hearing my voice on the radio so much and all this stuff that
Mm.
now that I older and I do radio interviews, I love radio interviews. Like I love press junkets. I love to do it. Other artists hate it because
Hey.
it's like, oh, I gotta go talk and do the same thing. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
it's fun because this is how people get to know you and you get
Yeah.
comfortable with doing it. From 16, I was on Talent Showdown when it was done on the harbor, and that was a full show. I was on that stage at 16. Like I didn't care about a bunch of people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it just grew and added to the character of Gilda and Little Scent to Gilda. And then as you go on, I learned how to switch it on and switch it off. Like I know to put on Gilda like this.
Mm.
Because like funny story when the song "But I'm Still Growing" came out, I
Yeah.
told Super, look, Super play the song, it'd be great. He's like, yeah, cool, maybe we gonna call you on FaceTime to do an interview. Keyword maybe. I'm like, all
Maybe.
right,
Right.
cool. I in my bed, half asleep. I get a message from Roma, yo, super calling you. I like, for what? My phone rings, so I just answer it like, hello. Hey, good morning, Guilda. Yo, super good morning. I immediately was like, hey, good morning, guys. How are you doing? Yeah, everything. Like, you just gotta know how to switch it. You know what I mean? But that comes with just years of just practice and experience. To be honest with you, practice and experience.
True, true. Hey, that's a good one though. That's a good one. Because earlier, my cousin was here telling me like, if you don't feeling so okay, but I'm like, listen, no, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I'll be
saying.
like, my face push up down, my face screw up down, but I'm gonna get into it.
You gotta switch it. You gotta switch it. Like you say, we move forward. We move.
Yeah, it's all about just get up, dress up, show up.
Hey,
Always,
I gonna burn
always.
that one though. Get up, dress up, show up.
Yeah, get up, dress up, show up. And the thing is, when you do that, you end up like you forget everything. Like you out control, delete everything before that, and you're in the moment.
Yep.
So, you were talking about Lil Scent and Gilda being a character, but
Hmm.
who's Devon then?
Devon is the real person, and then the scary part is I spent most of my life being the characters that I didn't know who I was until last year. I'm
Wait,
29.
wait, wait.
You know what I mean? I'm
Last
29
year.
now. So it's like, yeah. So that was where the big growth thing came from, is because I was living life, right? And I will go through these depressions, these dips, these sad times, and I check in like, but why you feeling like this? Like, you got this going on, you got that going on, but the
Mhm.
stuff going on and the characters of my rap alter egos is not me. So while they was flourishing, I was depressed. You understand? So then I had to roll it back and just be like, okay, it's time to get to know this person, because I would see it in decisions I make, whether it's in life or with women or wherever. It was just be all stupid decisions when it comes to me, but when it comes to Gilda, it was great decisions. Like everything I did for Gilda was good. Like we was out here, we chilling, we in the clubs, we VIP, we this, we all that nonsense that don't mean
All
nothing at
good.
the end of the day. But Devon was suffering, so yeah, Devon. I still working on who he is. I don't know. I'm gonna let you. I think I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Devon likes puppies
Yeah.
though. He likes puppies.
He
Let's not
likes
forget.
puppies.
Love puppies. I very much love puppies.
Okay, let's do an impromptu this or that. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunsets on Mullet Bay.
Hear that all the music too. But let's see, beer or liquor?
Gosh.
You gotta choose one.
If I have to choose, it would have to be Ciroc vodka liquor. We got to do the liquor. Ciroc all
Okay,
day.
okay, okay. So, cats or dogs?
Definitely dogs. Fun fact, I have a birthmark on my back in the shape of a cat. So they say. I don't see it, but my mother them swears a cat, so it's whatever.
So you're like cat dog right now?
Hey, and that was my favorite cartoon growing up. Hey, you see, you know the real stuff, man. You know about Cat Dog, Angry Beavers, All Real Monsters, Hey Arnold, all that, Ren and Stimpy.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, you both it.
About a life, about a life. So let's see,
Definitely.
let's see, let's see one more. We gotta make this a good one.
Gotta make it a good one, huh? It got to be a good
Gotta
one.
make it a good one. Gotta make it a good one. Oh, now the pressure is on. Can I function under pressure? Under
Can
pressure.
you? Can you, V? Can you? You got this?
Listen, I was born ready, okay?
Okay,
The
well.
diamond that I am has been created under pressure.
Yes, yes, I feel you on that. See, that's the
Multifaceted
confidence.
human
That's the
being.
confidence. That's the confidence.
You see, I have it somewhere in there, I have it somewhere in there. I just like to play it off a little bit.
Mm.
But let's see. This one is like, at least you love food?
I mean, yes.
I know, I know, I know. Some people like food and some people love food. Like
Yeah,
I'm a person
like
who
I know a
loves
couple
food.
of foodies. Shout out Didi Anka, she just joined a while ago. She definitely a foodie. Donna, all these women in that around me that just love food. So yeah, I ain't like
Nice.
that level, but I can eat. I can eat. It's okay.
So brunch or dinner?
Oh, that's easy. We gotta go dinner, man. We gotta do the dinner
Okay.
thing. You know what I'm saying? What about you? Brunch or dinner?
No. I would have to do dinner because I feel like it's more multifaceted, but I love breakfast food and I love the in between. But if you sit, listen, if you do, it depends on where you are. That's why it's like a kind of a complex question
Mm-hmm.
because dinner here is lunch there in the Caribbean. So then if I would go for a Caribbean type situation, it would be brunch
That's
because I
true.
love
Because in the
breakfast.
Caribbean,
Because
afternoon times is when the food they hit. You know what I mean? Afternoon times when the food
that's
they
when we
hit.
eat hot food.
Is that? Is that? That's true.
So
That's
that's
100%
it
true.
was like a kind of a trick question. It was a kind of a trick question, but
We
I
got through
think
it.
yeah. So that was the thing. But yes, coming back to Devon and his growth.
Hmm.
So what advice would you give your younger self?
Okay,
Wait, let me pick an age. Let me pick an age. Um,
please pick one I
what would you
remember
tell your
because again, I don't remember
17-year-old self?
much. Okay,
No, but that's
17.
what you said. I don't remember much. So I don't want to go too far back. I want to go
Yeah.
like from now to just after you got started. So like the advice you would give to your 18-year-old self.
Oh, 18. You picked the right age because 18-year-old Guilda was wilding. We was wilding at 18. Woo, woo, woo. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. The advice I would give my 18-year-old self is
Yeah.
do not, you are not as important as you think you are.
Ooh.
There are more things out there in the world that garners way more importance than you, right? So that would be the biggest thing I would tell myself. For, yeah,
Okay.
definitely at 18. Definitely.
Because did you feel like you were more self-absorbed at that point in time? Based
Definitely.
on
Like I
that?
said, 18 was prime. 18 was we in it to win it. We in clubs, we in VIPs, we got party buses, we doing this, we taking trip to St. Pat's, we spending this money, we doing blah blah blah. It was bad. But everything was very self-centered around like us and me, you know what I mean? And we wasn't thinking like how every other thing around us would feel. And then back then too, I wasn't really cognizant of the fact that people were watching me. Like I knew I had fans, but I didn't knew like I had like people following me. You understand? So a lot of
Mm.
the stuff I used to do and say back then would rub people the wrong way, and I just didn't care. I'm like, yo, whatever. Like we still out here, we still lit. You know what I mean? Yeah, because the only thing that had mattered to me back then was, yo, how much bottles we got at the table? You feel me?
Mm.
When it's just so much more important things out here, that needs that energy and that focus and attention and that level of energy. Like I said, so yeah, it's just the world is a lot more. There's so much more things out there more important than you, 18-year-old Devon. Please listen.
I feel like everything in life has a reason, and we all we all have our own unique experiences to grow from. So, hey, that's what it's all about. And
But
listen to
but
you
what
now,
about but what about you? What would you tell 18-year-old V, knowing that you're
18-year-old
looking back?
you. Um, what would I tell? Oh, 18.
Yeah, I choose 18 too. I just feel like 18 is the year
You
of
choose
everybody
18
wilding
too?
out.
I feel like I feel like 18, I was coming in. Look, then this was a pivotal moment in my life.
Mm.
I was telling you about me being the person you would go to for like if you want to get
Cheating
your
on
grades up, things like that.
exams.
Exactly. Well, at 18 was the first time in my life, something happened to me that was just like shocking. I was like, I don't know where this come from because I flunked my last exams.
Mm.
So that was tense. That
Yeah,
was
I
a
can
that was a
imagine
moment
if
in my
your
life where
whole
I was
life,
like,
your whole life you passing, and then you just like, oh, 18, I don't know this stuff.
it was to tell you, listen, I didn't pass by 0.1 points.
Oh nah, then
So
I was walking
that
in
was
that
like
I
by
was walking in
one.
that teacher room flipping. I would have walked in there by that teacher table. You felt what do
No.
you huh? What is it? Huh? It is need to be dueling, huh?
That was
Like
one decimal.
yeah,
One decimal.
that's
But
crazy. That's crazy.
yeah, that was, I mean, part of it was life happening, but I figured, like how you say, you tend to learn to switch on and switch off things.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Definitely.
I felt like at that point in time, like so much was going on and I was so busy with different organizations, this and that. But I was like, you switch, you put that switch on and be like, I do what I have to do, and get up, dress up, show up. And you don't actually think on yourself. And I didn't want to take time enough to deal with my own stuff.
Yeah, it's a priority.
So,
Prioritize. You gotta learn where to put that energy again to where it's most important and where it
yeah,
needed. Needed, not wanted,
exactly.
needed.
Exactly. And so I felt like I was given an extra year, and that, I mean, for the organizations, I was like, no, I need more time because I need to finish off this, that, 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 that. But besides that, I figured out after why certain things, like I don't believe in coincidence. I figured out after why certain things fell into place like that because when I was leaving, planning to leave Aruba then, I told my parents, I'm like, no, I need a studio for myself. I know who I am and I don't want to live with nobody. Like I don't want
Facts.
to live with
That's the
anybody.
best. That's why I live by myself. It's the best.
And so I saw how that still needed to fall into place. So when I got here the year after, exactly that happened. So
Well, everything works out. I
yeah,
always tell people like the universe don't conspire against you. It never conspires
exactly.
against you, only for you. So when
Yeah.
things happen a certain way, once you vibrating on the frequency you're supposed to vibrate to where the universe could give you these certain alleyways and blessings and paths that you could get it and receive it, then it's the way you're supposed to be at the end of the day.
Exactly. Exactly. And so at that moment, I felt like everything sucked. But after when I started to gain perspective, I was like, you know what? We here extra year, so we gonna make this the best year ever. Dot all the I's, cross all the T's. So when I left, I really felt I left with a content heart, and I came here, things fell into place, and I was like, ooh, ooh, oh
That's
yeah.
good. Happy to hear everything worked out and fell into place. So,
Yeah.
because it's just about keeping that positive mind state as well. Because it's like a lot of people, I know a lot of people where one thing goes off, it's like press panic button, end of the world, World War VI is happening. Oh my God, the aliens are coming. Like, but it's just perspective. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is.
But that's where that resilience comes in. I mean, like I said, I wasn't joking when I said I've been made under pressure. I've been put into so many different situations where it's like, listen, sink or swim, literally.
Is that
And that's how I learned to initially swim too. That whole
well?
business would like pick you up, throw you in the water, and like, hey, it's either you're gonna sink or you're gonna swim.
I don't know how to swim. Can anybody touch me and fling me in water when I don't want it? You best hope I don't come back. That's all I say. You don't play with my life like that, boy. No, sir.
It was low key traumatic.
No, I could have. Listen, I did do that to my brother. That was my brother learned how to swim. And then they was like, yeah, we gonna do it to you. And I was like, y'all gonna die if you do that to me. Don't do that to me. Like, don't touch me. It's all good.
That is legit. But after I went to swimming class after that, and I feel like it took the edge off of it. So I mean, like you say again, perspective, right? I hated that experience because I was like, I told y'all I don't want to do it this way. Just send me to swimming class. I want to do the whole, yeah, I walk in, let me get comfortable. No, no, they decided, oops. So I feel like ever since it was like that's how I approach things. It's like, yo, guess what? We gonna do this.
You gotta take the leap. You gotta take the leap of faith and just take the leap in general. Like no matter what you do in life, like you wouldn't grow without leaping. Like if you stay one spot, you stay on the dock, you can never get wet. You can never see the fishes. It is what it is.
Exactly. But so how do you feel like or where do you feel like you took the leap?
Two
Or
things.
I mean, I'm sure there are several moments, but which
Well,
one stand out to you the most?
two. One, coming here because I don't even speak that good of Dutch. I went to academy. Like we don't rock with the Dutch in academy. But yeah, coming
True.
here because I have what do you call that card? A green card. That American green card. I have a green card. So I was
Okay.
supposed to be in the States, but last minute, me and Sean, like I mean like literally 5 months. Sean is my best friend, which you know, from last episode.
I
Shout out
from
to
last
Sean.
week, yeah.
Yeah, so me and Sean, like 5 months before we were supposed to go States, we was like, let's go to Amsterdam. What could go wrong? Like it was just one of those split decisions. And so that was the leap because my mother was so against it. You going where? You don't even speak Dutch. You skip so much Dutch classes and this and that. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, they smoke weed there and they got red light district. I'm like, it's perfect. Don't worry. So
That's
yeah,
exactly why I'm going there.
come on, mom. That's where we're going to go see the nice red
You see?
lights.
How do I know? How do I know? That's like if you have not been, what was I mean, I was disappointed. I must
No, I
admit,
always say like the red
I
light
was
district is
disappointed.
the red light district is the most overrated attraction in the world. Like it's not what people think it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like the
Oh,
movies and stuff shape it to be. But hey, if it keeps the tourists coming, why not? So yeah, coming to
oh,
Netherlands was definitely that first leap. And then the second one was doing the encore freshman competition because I really didn't want to do it. So that was
you did
definitely
not?
no.
Why not? You like
Because
ice big for the competition situation? Like, no, that's not what I do.
no. It wasn't even that. It was to the point where like look, the music industry is very political, right? We could agree to this. I had
Mm,
already see the chips being stacked against me within the competition or within the people going in. Like I already like what people don't even know is because with Encore Freshman you had to send in your stuff and then they choose five and then they run the competition with five. I wasn't
okay.
even I wasn't even chosen in the original five. Like initially, no, they
Wow.
didn't choose me. Is afterwards when somebody in there was like, "Yo, but why you didn't like this dude rapping better than what you doing? Like, what's going on?" You know what I mean? So the fact that I was speaking English already
Yeah,
had them looking at me sideways. You know what I mean? So from the jump, when I
in
see
a Dutch
that,
competition.
I was like, I ain't want to do this. You know what I mean? Like they didn't even want me in there in the first place. But then they was hyping me
Yeah.
up, yo, you should do it, you should do it, you should do it. Cool. I say, look, if I can do this competition, I gonna have to do it right. So then that's when I met Quasi and Amarty and these guys, and they really coached
Hmm.
me through it because Amarty had done the competition the year before me, so he knew the BS behind it. So he was like, "Look, this is BS, that is BS. They gonna say this, they ain't gonna be that." Boo, boo, boo. So I already knew the pitfall. So all of that already done already knew like I didn't want to do it, but I'm
Yeah.
happy I did it because if I didn't do it, um, I wouldn't have the two songs that came from it. I wouldn't have performed. I performed at Uncle Festival 3 times that day. Once opening the festival, the second was with a Marty, and then I
Mm.
get to meet my favorite reggae artist, Christopher Martin. I was chilling backstage with him. That was amazing.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it was crazy. Look, that day was so crazy. Like I was chilling talking to Christopher Martin. Then he invited me on stage when he performing. So I was like right on stage when he performing. And then my manager backstage smoking a joint with Steph London and her sister. It was just a weird day. So it would none of that would have happened.
Okay, freeze in this moment. Freeze in this
Mm-hmm.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have the feeling of like, okay, this is it. This feels like what it should be.
Facts. That day really like cement like, yo, this is what I want because it's like it was just so surreal. It's like I listen to Christopher Martin every Sunday, and then here he is on stage turning around, coming back to me like, what you saying? Pull up the song one more time. And like, you asking me? Like, what? This is crazy. So that day really, like, it gave me like a perspective and a newfound love for it. So that's why, you know, I'm happy I took the leap and did it. And then on top of that, I opened for my other favorite artist, who is in a very big scandal thing right now, Tory Lanez. Like, I opened for him because that was one of my goals. I was like, I'm going to open one day for Tory Lanez, and at that festival I did it. So that was pretty cool.
But so where do you go from here?
Up, man, now I want to create what we're doing now is working on creating a fan base. Like, I want to create such a big fan base where I could just tour. Because my thing is with me, I don't want to be famous. They could keep the fame and all that stuff. That's cool. I just want to tour the world, do shows, and pay my bills. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Something like what the Rustlers do. I just want, yeah, put out music, impact people in a positive way. Like, continue to put on music with a meaning behind it and actually saying something. And I mean, every once in
Yeah.
a while, I could get into the ratchet stuff. That's fine. That's cool. And when I mean ratchet, I mean, you know, just the talking of
With the
just
bumpers.
pure self-centered stuff in my songs. But yeah, that's what it is.
Happened to that ego one time.
Yeah. The next step is definitely to build a core fan base and do shows, do the merchandise. You know, I already have like the Guilda merchandise and stuff.
Hey,
So do
yeah.
merchandise and yeah, make a living off of music, because I'm not good at anything else, to be honest, in life. Like, I'm not good at anything else. So this is it. Either make it this way or no way at all, pretty much.
See, like you don't have no plan B in this whole thing. It's like, listen, people,
Zero.
this gonna have to work. This gonna have to work because guess what? If y'all wanna keep seeing me
But
support.
if it dies, guess what? If this don't work, that's it. Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, music is what I do. So, you know, I just have faith every day that it's gonna work out. However it's supposed to work out, it'll work out eventually. And I'm sure you have that too with like with the show that you're doing now and all, like, you know, you don't know where it can go, but you're like, look, this is what I do, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna work out. So we gonna do it.
Oh, that's where this whole that's how drinking tea with V started actually. Because I felt I was doing okay, so let's scroll back here for people on your end who are looking at this. So I was doing a pageant and I had to do promotion for that. And me in a pageant, that was already weird. But because that I listen, I used to say like me, I used to look at all these queen shows, and if you know Aruba a little bit, you know, like especially for the carnival or anything outside of that, for Miss Universe, all these pageant shows, and
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
your girl ain't gonna never. But
Be on them vibes.
this was still a different pageant in the sense of it was Miss Black Hair Nederland. So I
Okay.
felt like it had more depth to it. And so I did that and it was really cool. And so it was more than just the looks aspect of it. It was about you know, bigging up people with melanated skin and
Nice.
so embracing the natural curls that you're born with. And
Hmm.
so I felt like that was a part of what I was already pushing. And so that was like a full circle moment for me. And so I
Nice.
was doing promo for that and I was in the studio and I was like, that same thing with how you felt like this feels like how it should be.
Yep.
And so I felt really comfortable in the studio and I was like, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should take that narrative a little bit more and I should have more of a voice for the things that I want to talk about, all the taboo topics that we don't talk about. And so that's how drinking tea with V come to be.
Nice. Nice. I mean,
Yeah,
hey, if you realize that there's not enough representation of what you feel or what your ideology is, why not be the representation? You know what I mean?
exactly. It's like if you don't have a table to go and sit at, create your own table, cook your own meal, and sit down and
Definitely. I
so
100% agree with you. And that type of mentality is crazy. I noticed that I don't know if this new generation, they're just a lot of these young kids got businesses and stuff already, selling this, selling that online, everything digital. So that type of mentality today seems to be like just more of the thing. You know what I mean? That's great. That's great.
Definitely, definitely. So that's why I'm like, listen, I feel like we all definitely need to just go on our paths and just figure it out. Just figure it out. Take the leap, figure it out. But what are one of those things that you're like, okay, this scared me, dot 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 less. Um, but I still did it no matter what.
Uh,
Besides those two big leap moments where you still were like, that was more like a, you know what, I took the leap, but I didn't want to do it. But this is like where you were like scared to pieces, but you
oh,
still did it.
hosting. Hosting, definitely. When that's definitely hosting. Because it's one
Yeah.
thing to perform where it's just you run out, sing a song that you made so you know it, and then leave. Is another thing
Mm.
to control a crowd for 5 hours. Like it's completely. So then boom, when I went encore freshman, shout out to DJ Prime, one of the things that he, you know, asked me to do just to, I could stay in people's faces and stuff. And it was just to put some money in my pocket, was to host
Yeah.
Encore Amsterdam in the Melkweg. At first, I was
Mm.
like, bro, I don't know how to host. Like, what the hell I gonna do if like the sound system stop working and then people watching me? Like, what you want me to? He like, nah, it's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna teach you what. I had to learn all that on myself. Either which way, it's so scary. You understand? Again, 5 hours you have to control a crowd. And then the scariest one is when they asked me to host one of the Encore festival stages. Now that's like
Right.
thousands of people. So I'm
Uh-huh.
like, what? But you know why it was scaring me dot less. But then when you
Mm.
get into it and you get used to it, the one thing how I approached it was like, yo, again, I let it back to music. I'm like, yo, you know what to do with music. You know how to perform. So just host like you're performing. So I will go out on stage and act at like I up and down, jumping on speakers, because that's if my song was playing, I would be doing that. So I just translated that into hosting and then it became good. The downside to that is every night I was dead tired because I've been up for 5 hours. But it does, yeah. The hosting was definitely the one thing where I was like, man, can I do this? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what? But I'm really glad I did it. And again, I learned so much stuff. I met so much great people through hosting, DJs wise, other hosts. I get to meet artists when they come to Encore and perform and stuff like that. So it definitely was one of those leap stuff where it's like, never thought I'd be doing this, but I'm glad I did it.
Hey.
And what about you? What's that one thing that, like you say, scared you dot less, but then you do
Oh
it and you're just
God.
like,
I
oh,
had I had too much.
wow,
Too much.
that's a lot of
I
dots.
tell people I have listen, it's a daily struggle for me. It's a daily struggle. I can legit be honest with y'all. People will see me and figure it's like, okay, yeah, but you're such this confident person. Listen, I learned to be confident because guess what? I keep throwing myself in the deep water all the time. Sometimes by choice, sometimes not by choice. But hey,
But
life.
would you say like that stems also from maybe some insecurities that you have, not only by yourself, but just in general?
Um, if it stems from insecurity,
Yeah, so like
no.
insecurities, I don't know. People have different insecurities to why they would be scared to do something. Like, or maybe I ain't this, or maybe this
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
sound good, or
I always I have a I can't say I have a fear of failure, but I don't like to fail.
ooh, that's
I
a
don't like to
bar. I gotta
fail.
write that down.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just not enough.
Okay.
But I'm like I still feel like that is like something I feel like it's just being dropped and I'm like, no, I don't accept this. And
Yeah.
so that's why I make conscious efforts to be like, no, you are enough. And yes, I do affirmations. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do affirmations. Whether it be in the morning, during the day, I'd be like just affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I feel like I am starting to become or feel insecure about something, no. And then I'm like, no, I don't like this feeling. So then I go and do something.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to challenge that. And I'd be like, oh, you see, we good.
We good. We chilling. It was just a little bump in
We
the
good.
road. Ain't nothing too crazy.
And sometimes I'd be standing there literally, even I could remember I had to perform this solo and it had like some notes up in there and your girl was having some sinus issues. Still do. That's why I don't sing as much as I used to.
Mm,
But I knew that day I was like, I don't know if I gonna hit I don't know if I'm gonna hit these notes. And I stood there, my knees were literally shaking, okay?
mm-hmm.
But I sang that
You have to
song.
sing it. You have to sing it from the
The first
soul.
half of it was shaky. The first half of it was shaky. And it was a packed plate. I was like, we doing this right now? We doing this right now? Like what? No, you could tap out. You could tap out at any time. Be like, no, I feel like when I go home. I'm like, no, but I did it. And so that's what I say is it I don't have one.
I want to say that counts as your scared less moment.
Yeah.
So we that
So if I needed to call one, that was
was definitely
yeah.
one. All right, cool. No problem. No
Yeah.
problem. I hear you. I'm proud of you for doing it though. Hey, shut up.
That's part of me
Shut up.
too. I still felt like I still okay because okay, you want to get real? It
Mm.
had feel even worse because the person who I was crushing on was there too, and I was like, "How you gonna feel
Oh
in
my
front of that
God.
person
You
now?
know, no, no,
How
if
you
you
gonna
say
do how
pressure
you gonna
make
do this?"
diamonds. Pressure make diamonds.
Thank you. You throwing it back to me.
Of course, of course, of course. You don't
But
want to look bad in front of the crush, you gotta go hard. Yeah.
but then
I
after,
feel you.
you know what's the worst part after that though? I still ended up liking the person because I was like, "Oh, you're an a-hole. I don't like you no more."
Most dudes is a-holes, but we could do. That's a whole other episode.
That's a whole other episode. But come in, listen. Coming back to the growth situation. And
Okay.
of course, we throw ourselves in the deep. But one of your lines were talking about, like physical health. You
Mm-hmm.
bought our life, you bought our gym life, right? From what I've
Mm-hmm.
seen. Hey, you see, mine still scrawny. I getting
Nah,
stronger
I
though.
see that. Nah,
But
nah,
that
you got a
was
bullet there, man. You got a little bullet. It's good.
what sparked your interest in like taking care of yourself physically?
A breakup. Ding ding. So,
You think always have to
um,
be these tragic moments though?
but listen, breaking up with a girlfriend is good. You can either, it's two ways you could go. It's either go all bad or you go all good. Yeah, I mean, you choose. But definitely physical health wise was back when I had break up with one of my girlfriends who I'd really love a lot and care about. I still do. That's still a homie today. And back then I was super skinny. Like I went through like a super depression and I get super skinny. And I was like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to get a basic fit membership. I was like, let me go get this. And then the first couple of times I went gym, I was like, I never coming back here. Oh, you just do this? This hurts. But then, like they say, and I tell
This pain on
everybody,
yourself willingly?
yeah, like we come here every day to do this. But like I tell people, it's like once you get past the first 2 weeks of pain, you become addicted to it. So yeah, that literally drive it to just become just more physically better. And because we here once and this is what we got. So you gotta take care of it at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, and however you choose to do that, that's your choice. I choose to do it by going to the gym. I have a bad, I gotta stop saying that because the universe is listening. I have a right
Mhm.
knee that isn't as good as my left knee. So I need to
Okay.
keep going to the gym to keep it strong so it doesn't
Yeah.
mess up again. So that injury and a breakup, two very negative things. It's,
Hey, it turns into a positive. It turns
hey,
into a positive.
that's how we gotta do it. Flip
But
everything to a positive.
exactly. So we had last month was breast cancer awareness month, and now we're in November, which is Movember.
Mhm.
And so this is like for the fellas. But first, before we go into that, did you actually know that November 19th, this past week here, on the 90s was Men's International Day?
Yes, I did.
You did not?
I
I
did.
thought I did not.
Yeah, I knew about it because when I used to work on Laser, G Money would always do a segment where that day he would pick up what holiday it is around the world. And I remember him saying
Yeah.
International Men's Day, and then he had this big discussion with all the feminists calling in, why should men have a day? Like, what's happening? And I'm just like, whoa. So I knew it was International Men's Day, but I look at it more so as just we need to shine a light on mental health, the taboo of mental health for men. And that's what I look at it as, which is because it's really not talked about, especially where we come from in the Caribbean. We always, my mother self admit to me, like, I raised you to be tough and not feel a damn thing. Like, emotions are out the window. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
And
damn,
then
like, it's crazy.
and then we expect men to then they need to understand then women emotions. And I'm like, if they can't even understand their own emotions, how they gonna deal with us?
Facts. And this is where it come from. So like on my Instagram, for example, I share a lot of like mental health stuff on my story. Not a lot, but I share some few stuff, but I also share
Yeah.
women stuff on my story. So like I would see something like 10 things you should know about the vagina. I'm like, let me share this so the
Yes,
fellas could see 10
some
things you
fine
need to
booty.
know.
I love it too.
You know what I mean? So I share a lot of stuff where it's like it's mostly taboo for people from where we come from this year. I've had some of my partners like, yo, what are you sharing all that stuff for? And it's like, so you can learn. Learn it. Like
Exactly. I appreciate you for sharing
I
because I
appreciate
feel like we should know about each other. We are living, we are the same species. We should know. We should know. And we don't
facts.
know.
I love
And
learning about the women. I love learning about like how women think the female. I love it. Like there was this series on Playboy's Instagram that had like Sean Booty doing something about different vibrators, and I was just like, oh my god, like this is interesting. But yeah, it's a learning experience,
I
definitely.
I feel like I have a biology background if you don't know and business, but
Okay,
both. But
nice.
I figured I was like, because I started going against taboos and different stuff like that, I was like, legit, if it wasn't because of other decisions that I made, I would have gone down the sexology thing. That's why I love Shambooty.
Nah, she's dope. She's dope. Like
He
I
is
learned
really
so much
dope.
from watching her. Like I was just like, oh, that. Like it's a lot of stuff I knew, but I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that though. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So,
wait, so you also had, we gonna come back to the men just now, because
mm.
I can give
Men can
y'all
wait,
your
men
fair
can
time.
wait, men can wait. They always got a little
I can
time.
give y'all your fair time. But so as a man, right, learning about different things about the women, you had a poll recently about we gonna go there. We gonna go there. You feel okay? You okay with doing this?
yeah,
You
let's
okay?
let's go. It
Okay.
was on my Instagram, so go ahead. Like
Exactly. You see, I feel comfortable about talking about a lot of stuff. Maybe it's my biology background. I don't know. I don't
I
know. But
down
so
for
I just want
everything. I down for everything. We here with V, so let's go.
okay.
Wherever you want to talk about.
So I mean, you put it out there, so I'm like, okay, why not? So, you put a poll about, you had a discussion with somebody, and you were talking about period sex. And so, what did you learn? Like, what was the gist of what you learned about that whole situation?
Okay, well,
Especially
first of all,
as a
that
dude.
as a dude, the whole thing came about is because she said all her exes, and I don't even know how we get there, because me or her ain't even like on a sexual vibe. She's just a good friend. She just was like,
Yeah.
yeah, all my exes never had a problem with having sex during my period. I'm like, wait. I was like,
Error, error.
that's a thing? She's like, yeah, people do it all the time. I'm like, no, they don't, because I don't do that. What are you talking about? I know what you're talking about. She's like, Gilda, I'm telling you, all my exes have sex. with me on the when I'm on my period. I'm like, okay, what is on your period? Like right before and then the sex bring it? She like, no, in the middle. Like I said, no way. So then I went on my Instagram, was like, guys, would you have sex with a girl on her period? You know what I'm saying? And I learned, and the
Yeah.
funny thing is, I put it for men, but a bunch of women came in my DM just giving me their experiences. So
I
I was
was
like, okay, cool.
listen.
First of all, I appreciate the queens for doing that because I don't take that level of trust for granted. If you feel comfortable with coming to me with this stuff, that's dope. So I was just reading this stuff. I was like, okay, I learned that there's periods that are this long, periods that are 3 days long, periods that are sometimes a week and a half long. I've learned that like if you and I kind of I didn't even notice. I was like, damn, that would have saved me so much time in my younger days. But if you have unprotected sex right before the period, is a higher risk of pregnancy than after the period. Something like that. And I was just like,
Before,
yeah,
no, don't
something they were
ever. Who
saying.
lied
Like
to you?
something they were saying, like when women are the most fertile or
No, it's
something.
after.
One
No,
of
it's
them.
after.
I was just like, okay,
No,
and
you need to no, Gilla, you need to know this.
I don't,
It's
because I
after.
have 5 box of condoms, very big boxes there. So we ain't doing that.
I don't care. I
We
don't care.
we
You need to know
strapped.
this. Listen. A lot of us are out there from people who were strapped. You're looking at one.
I mean, stuff happens.
Double.
Wow.
Double.
Damn.
Like and contraceptives, oral contraceptives, and non-oral contraceptives. So it happens. So you need to know this. It's like after. Just
Okay, I
saying.
I
Just
hear
saying.
you. I hear you.
So
But
let
yeah,
me
it's
take
just
you, let me take you my biology. Let me take you my
definitely.
biology a
I
little
just
bit.
learned like a lot of different textures of period and the different flow levels and who this one lighter, this one heavier, this one has come with cramps alone, but they're spotting. This one comes blood alone, less cramps. When you have sex during the period, it makes the cramps go away and it actually ends the period quick. I'm just like, I'm like, guys. And then I learned that there's some women out there, like 3 women, okay, no, it was 4 of them tell me that it's mandatory that their boyfriend have sex with them on their period. I say, wait. I say, so you mean in the
Right.
middle, when it flow in? They check in, yes, when it flow in. I like y'all. But I make sure
You want
answer
an
it in a
open
way.
Pandora box.
Yeah, I just make sure answer it in a way where, I make sure tell them, look, I ain't shaming y'all if this is what y'all do, but I ain't doing it. So let's just put it that way. All right. Like it's all good.
Wait, let's go to the comments right here a minute. Here, what? I don't know who, like, I can't even say the name. Like, y'all just got these names though. Irani?
Oh, Irani, what she
Or
said,
whatever.
all that blood clots
It was
during
like,
sex, sexy.
exactly, very sexy. All them blood clots is very
Hey,
sexy. And then after people put sarcasm after, I was like, listen, boo, I don't know. I don't think it's sexy.
shout out
But
to
if you
Irani
do,
though. She actually live in Aruba, so shout out to her one time.
hey, Rubiano, paisano, conta.
It's too much. Yes, Betty, it's way
But
too much to me. Hey, some people out there, some people do what they do. If that's what they like, hey, who am I to judge? But it's too much.
but you might say it's too much now, but then after, like you try to be like, oh, it ain't that bad. Like, I'm actually healthy. It's good for the. I could understand. Listen, I could understand. I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now. I'm gonna understand for the ladies why it would help because of the whole dopamine situation. Is a good painkiller.
I need you to reel it in and understand. It's not happening. Like I don't know what they're thinking. It ain't happening. Like me as a person, and first of
Okay,
all,
let's say, let me put you on the spot now. Okay, take me on the spot. But listen, you have different levels to this, right? You have different level to this ish. So this is not your girlfriend. This is your wife. You still be like, nah, boo.
Well, the fact that she my wife, she know I don't do it. So that if she make it that far, like if she make it that far, then hey, anybody got time for that? You crazy?
I thought it was hilarious. Honestly, it was hilarious. One of the comments from the guys was like, "Nah, I ain't doing this because I'ma look down and I'm see my penis and I gonna have a panic
A
attack."
man say he gonna see penis and just have a panic attack. I feel him then. It's like, what is this? You okay? You dying? You need juice? Like, what good?
Oh
Ay,
my
ay.
goodness.
No, but that
Oh my
topic on my
goodness.
Instagram sparked a lot of good and again, I like to make taboo subjects comfortable. I feel like we need to talk about this. Men need to know what women like and what women don't like and what they go through. So I just figured let me put it on my
Exactly.
Instagram, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I was happy that you were willing to do this, and I feel like it should be a learning experience for men on a whole. So, but talking about men's health because men like to know a lot about women. They like all the they love the hot pocket. At least that's what I call it. One of the names. But do y'all actually
That's the first time I hear that one. The hot pockets. All
the
right.
hot pocket? That was like a kind of like you remember that movie called what was American Pie
Yep.
where he ended up like yeah with himself in the pie. Well, the hot pocket is the one y'all looking for the warmth, right? But anyways, so y'all like the hot pocket, but do y'all actually do y'all actually take care of yourselves? Like, have you ever had a full physical?
I believe I did. Can't say the last time I did, but, but I take care
Okay.
of myself. I had recently I had one of those things where it's like they just put you on a machine and weigh you and do all type of tests, and then they tell you what's like your body fat percentage, what the ages of your actual organs compared to your actual
Oh
age, that thing.
yeah.
So I've done that. I did in the beginning of the year venture down the pescatarian lifestyle, but it is too goddamn expensive to do that. But yeah, I still cut out, like I don't eat pig no more, none of that stuff. Obviously,
Mm.
like in the gym as much as I can. So I do take care of myself. I don't know about other men out there, and again, I encourage other men to do that thing. Another thing, like it just gotta be less taboo to take care of yourself. Like I've been looking for somewhere to go get my toes done for the longest a while. I can't find somewhere to get my toes
High
done.
five to that.
You
That
know a
is so
spot?
no, I don't know a spot, but I could ask all the peoples in Amsterdam, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna ask.
looking for a place to get my toes done, you know what I mean? Scrub the sole of my feet, get these nails done, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff. I want to feel good too. I want to feel easy breezy, beautiful cover girl in here. But is taboo to talk about those type of things. So
But I think as a dude, that is awesome. Like, I don't think it makes you less of a man. I just think it makes you a woman-friendly man.
that's the thing. It's like,
If
but
that
what
makes
is
any sense.
but the whole thing is like that whole thing of less of a man. But it's like, what is a man? Who put I mean, obviously the scientific, a man has a penis, great, whatever.
Yeah,
But like this superficial idealism of what a man should be in the most toxic traits. You know what I mean? I don't subscribe to that. You know, and the crazy thing is like when I'm back home, the people I just be around with is like opposite of me. Like this, I rolling with the gangsters, I rolling with this, I rolling, but when I come around, I love to go around them. I don't make them uncomfortable. They'll be like, "Yo, Guilda, you gotta come here with your tight jeans on and you and this and that." It's like, yo, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
that is good. You need balance. Kind of was
It's a,
talking last week about balance.
yeah, it's all
Balance.
about balance. It's all about balance,
But
indeed.
now, so now I can push it. I don't know if this is gonna be too up. I don't know if this is gonna be team too much, right? I don't know if this is gonna be
Nah,
team
yo,
too much.
nothing is too much. I all the way with it. I team. Let's go.
But team, let's go. Okay, so we're talking about prostate cancer for November.
Hmm.
Have you ever gotten that checked? I
That's
mean,
when
you're
it
still
is.
young, so
Exactly, but that's when it is, right? Okay. No,
So
no.
for anybody listening to the audio, he's making a finger motion, as in up your rectilimal maximus mode.
Hey,
So
there you
yeah,
go. And you got Diana in here. She's semi-doctor, so she know what we're talking about. No, never had it, but recently was in a situation where I had to get something like that done. You know what I mean? It was I had to get is a placebo is what it's called. It's like
placebo,
yeah, I don't know if that's what it's
placebo.
called. It's like a pill that could only be
Yeah.
injected in the ass.
Oh, that
So
is a I don't know the English term for it, but it's a Zep pill.
yes, that because I have the other one
Zep
there.
pill.
So I had to go to the emergency room because the sinus I guess super bad that it created. It was actually like I had a sinus infection and it was touching whatever it is in here that controls equilibrium. So I had like horrible vertigo.
Oh,
So I literally
mm-hmm.
was like lay down, room spin, sideways, room spin, and I was throwing up and
Wait,
stuff. So I had bad nausea. So I had to get rushed to the emergency room. So when I reached there now, I can't even walk straight. I tripping over my foot because everything is spinning. And the doctor
it's
was like,
coming.
yeah, you have like it seems like you have a sinus infection. Whoop, whoop. So I was like, yo, what are we gonna do about this room spinning me? I don't care about the infection. He like, well, I could give you something called a Z pill. And I was like, okay, yeah,
It's
pill, give
called,
it to
I
me,
just looked
man.
it up. It's called a suppository.
Yes, that. And he was like, yeah, I could give you something. He's like, you ain't gonna like where you gotta put it though. So I watch him. I say, Biggs, where I gotta put it? He said, yeah, it gotta be anally inserted. I like, well, give me that dog. Like I think you're throwing up on the ground. Like, what we doing, G? Like, let's go. You know what I mean? So
You went like booty in the air and everything. You
I
like,
do
I would do
listen, I
this.
do it myself. I went down on all my fours and do it myself. I wasn't letting he do it. I don't know where he hands was. Is corona out here? It's all fine. So I do it myself. So I had that experience. That was a funny experience. And the funny thing is, Sean was the one who drove me to the hospital. So he was just laughing on the whole drive back. Like
Where is the support? Oh my
like,
goodness.
that's how me and Sean support each other. We just laugh at each other
Where
when shit going horrible. Like
kids?
good times. Good times.
Oh my goodness. Because I was thinking like I was talking to my dad, and so he was talking about like yes and all these different things and blah blah blah. Of course he's older now. So he was like, if there's one thing I would change, he's like, that situation there, no. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. I was like, well, technically, I think I feel like medicine has improved so much. I don't know if that's just to keep you all humble. Oh,
My father went through it recently, and I remember he called me, and he was like, Devon, boy, enjoy. He said, boy, I went to the doctor, they violate your old man, boy, they violate your old man. I'm like, violate? What happened to you? Boy, I had to get my prostate checked, boy. Sticky finger in my
mm,
ass. I said, what? He's like, yeah, you just sticky finger in my ass, boy. I feel violated. I said, well, at the end of the day, it's what got to be done. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm comfortable
yeah.
with who I am. I don't care if it make me feel better. Do what you got to do, B. I really don't care. Like,
But this time you can't do that yourself, though. You have to leave the physician do it for you. You know that, right?
well, that's way out. We ain't there yet. That we gonna get to it when we get to it. Like,
You will get that. Yes, but the point is, I'm trying for the men to be like, listen, all of these things are coming, so I
facts,
don't want y'all to feel any type of way about this. But
facts,
still
facts.
take care of
Yeah,
yourself.
I
Even
listen.
if you have
Knowing
to do the urethral check with the whole swab going down your penis or do the prostate situation, like get yourself checked. I mean, for
I
most of
am
you
with it.
guys right now, it's an issue.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with it, yo. Again, I'm very pro if it make me feel better and it's like reasonable, then let's do it. I it's whatever. Knowing me, when it comes time for that prostate check, I gonna be making so much jokes to that doctor. I'll be like, yo, don't check me with a good time. You want to put it where? All right, well, we just Like one leg on the table. This what you want? Like yeah. I don't go in. Like yeah, I mean.
We be like, if we gonna do this, because if we gonna do this, we at least gotta be cool.
Yeah, at least warm me up, buy me dinner first. God damn, like can't just go straight for it. You know what I mean?
Well,
That'd be fun.
coming from a woman who had to do some uncomfortable situations too, leave them warm up them situations, because we have the whole metal, what they call it, in the back, which is like a duck mouth. I don't. Anyways, there's this metal thing that goes into your vagina and goes, and so
Whoa,
yeah, that
whoa!
listen,
Hold on, y'all put like
yeah,
a thing in it and then just like spread it.
it has to open up your. Well, I do it like this. Of course, it's not going to go that far, but just the sound only, it goes like, and then for them to be able to take a swab to be able to do testing and da 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 da. Yeah.
But doesn't that hurt?
Yes, and because they were not necessarily the kindest, gentlest, and yeah, that was a tender situation. There, I was like, listen, listen. But thank God, right now for like the whole how you say cervix cancer test that you have to do from the time you're 30 and up, every 5 years, they have now the possibility of doing the at home thing. So you order a packet,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can do the swabbing yourself and send it to the lab and they test it. So you don't have to go anywhere necessarily. I'm like, I should
Man,
have had that.
yeah, I would have said they should have started with that before a metal duck beak. Who looked at the duck and was like, you know what we should do with this duck? Make a metal version of a beak and stick it in a vagina so we could open it. Like, who thought of that? Like,
Exactly. Girl, Nala Bricolage, listen, girl, that thing be so cold. That is, you see, she feel me. That it was so cold. They
that's
didn't warm up
wild.
that metal, and it's metal. Is metal. And so imagine somebody, this is a tender situation, right? This does says like the inside of your vagina is really soft, softer than the inside of your mouth. So imagine somebody shoving like a metal thing up in there, just going, and I was like, and it's cold. It was uncomfortable. It was, yeah.
You know,
So I
I
feel
just want to
y'all.
say shout out to y'all women. I always tell my lady friends close to me this, like, I got so much respect for women because y'all go through a lot. And I ain't like, y'all go through a lot. Y'all like have a period, and then there's pregnancy, and then there's the duck beak, and then there's like the toxic masculinity around you, and society, and the societal pressures, and then this, and then there's catcalling outside, and then I don't know how y'all do it. To be honest with you, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all forever
I
stronger
think
than us. I'll give you that.
I I appreciate that. I taken that like right here. This Melissa, yes, the Melissa. I taking it right here.
Yes,
I
definitely.
I appreciate it. No, but these are things that need to be spoken of, and I feel like the more we talk about it, the less of a taboo it will be. So when it comes time to actually get these situations, even for the women, because a lot of women just decide to not do these things, and I'm like, no, boo, you have options now.
Facts,
You have
facts.
options. I mean, with the corona, they're like, oh no, we ain't doing none of this. Like if nothing else exists besides the corona. But yeah, like you have options. Use them.
Yeah, you know,
Definitely.
technology and just society has just moved forward. It's like you say, more options, more easier for stuff to get done. And again, I encourage all the men who are watching this to educate yourselves on these things. It may not have anything to do with us, but just know it. I don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. I don't. That's why I ask all my, like, I have a friend, Debbie, I go to her. I'm like, Definitely, what does this mean? What does that mean? Let me get a woman's perspective on things because I just want to know. Like, I just tell my mother all the time, when my wife get pregnant, I gonna be in the hospital reading all the books. Like, yo, so what has happened when this happened? All right, cool, bet, cool, got it. I know what to do. I guess so. Yeah, just educate
But
yourselves, man. Ain't no shame in it.
that's a good stance. Get curious about it. Don't
Facts.
get scared about it. Get curious about it.
I ain't curious about the period sex though. I ain't gonna lie with you. We can never get curious about that one. That can just stay all we gonna put that in a box.
You off the hook. You at least ask the question.
I ask it.
Okay?
I ask it,
I
and
think
I
you
get,
have to experience everything yourself, but you at least ask the question to get to know a little bit more.
yeah, yeah.
You're like, okay, I take it like I found out enough about this situation. We don't need to regurgitate.
Yeah, no, hey, it's whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I found out so much. I was just like, boy, to each their own. That's where I stop it. To each their own.
This is true. This is true. So
Indeed.
I hope your wife ain't necessarily you know about that life, so then you cool too. If not, it
Oh
might be
no,
a
no, I put down a
situation.
shot. I put down a shot. No period sex, so they know from far ain't happening.
It's like
You choose to marry me or not. It's
standing
up
at
to
the
you, dog.
altar,
Like,
standing at the altar.
yeah, yeah, big and broad. Like, oh, death do us part, and we ain't having no period sex. And I sorry. Like, let me know if there's a problem. No, I know we don't pay for everything. Everything paid for, oh, cars they're playing and stuff like that. But we could cancel this now if there's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, we could get it solved with no. So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, 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 yeah. For sure, for sure.
Oh my
But hey, it
goodness.
is what it is.
What a thing. But yeah, like we already over the hour and a half, so I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna be respectful of your time. So
I told you I
listen,
take my whole night off for you. Know, it's whatever you want to do. Like I'm down.
what I wanna do.
Yeah,
You
it's
want to
your
fly
show,
away?
V.
It's my show, and I'ma do what I want to.
Exactly. I'm here for you. I'm supporting you, Queen V. This is your
Aw,
platform. This is what you do. I am a guest in your house. So what is your rules and I follow your rules. That's all it is.
this is true because it had a couple of times where people were like, "V, why you cutting the conversation off?" I like, but y'all watching these long shows though, like.
But no, I do wanna touch on something that leading back to the song, but I'm still growing. Um
Yeah.
Mental health for men, right? I want to touch on that
Yes,
because again,
yes, definitely. Because that's a part of the whole health thing on the whole. The mental part of it is very much important.
it's very much important, but it's very much ignored because of how we grew up and where we come from. Again, a lot of the stuff stems from back home and society. When we venture out, we gotta, as men, we feel we gotta put up this tough exterior all the time. You know what I mean? And that's not what it's about. Especially when we suffering from something and you're not well, but
Mm.
you don't want to get help because woo, 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 whatever woo is,
I'm
like
going
you just
crazy.
don't want to get help. But
The
you
first
know,
thing is, I feel like men tend to be, or Caribbean people in general. Yeah, but I'm crazy, so why are you going to see a psychiatrist? Like they go straight to the psychiatrist, eh? They're like, no, you have psychologists and you have coaches and you have therapists and you have all the is in between. Like you're going to a psychiatrist because like you gotta be crazy.
that's the thing. But then growing up, you hear like if you say, "Yo, I feel like I ain't mentally well," the first thing your parents say, "Grab them, what you crazy man? I ain't raised no crazy child. Now you best go put on your clothes, go take a drive somewhere. I mean, raised no goddamn crazy child wrong with you. Make me look bad out here in front of my friends. Like that's what we grew up on. You know what I mean? But it is
Yeah.
it is 100% okay to not be okay sometimes. I live by that these days, especially. I preach it all the time, and I just want to encourage all the men out there who watching. If you feel like something is off, like how I did, because I went to a therapist in Corona times. I was seeing a therapist from March-ish to June-ish. I still just text
High
her from
five
time
to
to
you,
time.
by the way.
You can't see me?
I say high five to you, by the way, on that.
Oh, boom. So yeah, I went to see a
Hey.
therapist and I just here to say, man, go see a therapist if you need to see one. Like she said, you don't have to skip the psychiatrist up. Hey, you can't do that anyways. Like you have to be
No.
recommended through. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really important. It's really important because you with my situation, like I told you earlier when we started talking, my mother raised me to not feel anything, right? So
Yeah.
I could break up with back then I could have just break up with a girl and not feel a damn thing. Like she over there in her feelings, I'm just like, all right, boom, we move, we move. You know what I mean? But then as you get
Ooh, you were
older,
savage.
yeah, yeah, it was bad. So as you get older, I learned that for me and talking to other men that when we get older, being in touch with our emotions and feelings becomes a lot more relevant and important, right? And we're blocked to do that from young. So it's like, for me, it has such a blockage where I was just mentally, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know why I wasn't feeling anything. Like I would hear the saddest of news and not cry and be like, all right, cool, whatever, like shrugged off. You know what I mean? And it was
Mm.
kind of driving me over a wall. Like I was just like, yo, something is wrong with me. You know what I mean? And then I developed from what my therapist told me, I had minor PTSD from an accident I had years ago. And then I
Mm.
developed these like flashes and just like always negative daydreams, always like blood, death.
Daydream.
Yeah. So like for example, I would be sitting on a metro and
Mm.
you would be next to me. I would see a woman walk in the metro, and you know, like when you just daydream and you just go and you just play like a whole movie in your head. But I would
Yeah.
see that woman walk in the metro, and I would start to daydream. Somebody walking behind her, shoot her in the head, take her baby, stab the baby, do this, do all type of. It was just bad, right? But that would happen
Wow.
every day, every hour, constantly, and that was driving me up a wall. So then I was like, "Yo, something is going on." Went to see the therapist. Therapist linked it to my accident years ago, and with the ability, the fact that I didn't know how to let my emotions out, so it was like a
Mm.
buildup. So I wouldn't have known that if
Mm.
I didn't go see the therapist and take the steps to get better at that. But then I thought to
Yeah.
myself, yo, where I come from, I know for a fact a lot of my partners been through worse than me and see way more crazier things than me, but they never see a therapist. So I'm like, yo, guys, we gotta go
I
see
think
a
you all need
therapist.
to see.
Like, let's get it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what the song is about too. The song is just letting people know, like, yo, is I don't have it all in place. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
we move, and you just gotta grow. And if going to a therapist helps the growth, then that's what you need to do.
I think you should be so freaking proud of yourself. Like, seriously. Because that takes, pun intended, balls. Not just to have them, not just to have them, but actually have the cojones to really be like, you know what? I'm going to look for help. I'm going to seek help for this situation because I feel like for men that's a big thing.
Yeah,
Getting help.
it was a big thing, definitely. And especially like when I had to tell my mother, like, hey, mommy, I ain't feeling too good. I going to see a therapist. And I just hide behind a chair, like, oh God, a Caribbean mother gonna explode now. And she was like, well, damn, did I do something wrong? And then well, the funny thing is that journey of me seeing a therapist get me closer with her and my father, because I was never really close to my father. But
Mm,
my father didn't, he don't, to this day, he don't know where to see a therapist. But because it made me change and see things differently, I approached him differently. Then he opened up
yeah.
about what he been through as a kid and what she been through as a kid. And then when you see what they went through, it's like, well, duh, y'all can't raise a goddamn child. Like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy. So then everything comes to perspective, and it just makes sense.
Yeah.
The bigger picture makes sense. So it
Yeah.
is, I mean, thanks for that. I mean, I do feel proud, and the song was that cap of proudness. That's why the song, when I
Yeah.
make it, was like, let me put it in music, because now I feel like this song is something everybody could relate to. Because in rap, you're hearing, I got this much chains, I sleeping with this much woman, I take you woman, I do this. But it's like, okay, I gonna make music that I know each and every one of us have had a day when we woke
Mm.
up and we was like, damn, we just don't have it today. We ain't feeling it mentally. We ain't there all the way. I'm sad. I don't know why. But then nobody
Yep.
had that person to be like, yo, it's fine. Just stay present. You know what I'm saying? Seek the help if you need it. Stay living in the know. The past and the future don't exist. And we move. You know what I mean? And I feel like that narrative, especially for back home, I said, Martin, I'm sure in Aruba, it needs to be pushed a lot more. So it's just me doing my little part.
Yes. Yes. No, for real though, because poetry clap, poetry clap.
Yes, yes, poetry clap.
But no, but for real though, because that whole toxic masculinity, I feel like I had a breakthrough with my dad like years ago,
Mm,
right before I left the island. And sadly, it had to take a whole, like how they would say, a whole breeding program
mm-hmm.
to to allow that. And we are in a lot better place right now because of it. And so I was still fortunate to have that moment, even though it was in an unfortunate moment where probably he won't like me saying this, but it was to the point where he was like, I don't even know if I'm coming to your graduation. And he was right there.
Damn. Did he show up though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He showed up. He showed
You
up.
lucky. My father never
Like,
come to none of mine.
no, but it was, but the thing is though with my dad, he is he is like not always the most verbally expressive person.
Mm-hmm.
That's because his dad, my grandfather, he was also not a verbally expressive person. So that's like a generational thing. So
Mm-hmm.
then when it came to me now, as him having a daughter, I'm the youngest one. All the rest of my siblings are brothers. So
Mm-hmm.
having me now was like this whole other open chapter, like, what am I do with this?
It's like, whoa, this one doesn't have a penis. What am I doing with this one? Like, what's happening here?
Exactly. Exactly. And so having a daughter for him was a different experience. And even though he was really proud because he was like, from the time my mom was pregnant, he was like, this is my daughter. I already know it. And I was like, but how did you know? He was like, I just know. And so him dealing with his own issues also, um, and his dad's issues, the whole generational thing,
Mm-hmm.
that had led into just what I call emotional constippation.
Mm-hmm. I completely
And
know what that
it
is,
could,
yeah.
like for real, I my heart goes out to men, but especially Caribbean men because of the culture we come from. Y'all don't get to really talk about from young. It's like you fall, okay, get up. This happened,
Facts.
okay, suck it up. Okay, be a
Yeah,
man. Like
yeah,
all of that
yeah.
whole
What
toxic masculinity
what you
thing.
crying for? What you crying for? I'll
Like,
give you
what you
something to cry
crying
about if
for?
you keep crying.
Exactly. Exactly.
Definitely.
I'm gonna give you something to cry for. And that's all of us, by the way. But I feel like for guys is like on another level. And so I definitely empathize with that. And
And you
because
know,
of
I wanna say too, thank you for empathizing, right? Because like for example, for International Men's Day, I saw a lot of like negative stuff out there. Because again, I look at the day to celebrate men just growing and mental health and all that. But I see like a lot of women out there was just bashing the day. Oh, white men should have a day. I refuse to let this happen. Men, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you see, this is another thing too. Not blaming women at all, but if we're looking at a problem have different like things piling into it, right? And I'm always very sensitive to women or just people, not women, people
mm,
bashing that type of stance where a man, we celebrate men that actually doing the right things or taking the right steps, and then you bashing it. So shout out to you for actually sympathizing with that because I feel like a lot of men wouldn't want to take that step because you got women bashing it. You know what I mean? It's like not women ain't sympathizing with it because they already don't.
yeah,
We don't already don't even know how to just accept the femininity within us. You know what I mean? Which is the
yeah,
divine within us. A lot of us don't know how to accept
yeah.
that already, and then you have the feminine bashing us for it. You understand? So it's like
That ain't
it's
going to
really
necessarily make it any better.
yeah. It's really like a two prone thing, but hey, I again, I just tell all the fellows around me, I just really preach a lot of things like to my partners, like yo, respect women, like we ain't raising we hand to women. If we see a
Thank
woman,
you.
especially a woman of color in trouble, we jumping in head first. Like we ain't even asking questions. It's like what's happening? We fighting today, let's go. Like we on it. You know what I mean? And
Gilla,
it's like,
Gilla.
hmm?
I think you gotta speak to Sean, because he tapping.
This listen, Sean is a different story. Me and
Why
Sean,
you
and you
so
know,
stupid?
Sean is my best friend, but it's so funny because when we don't have these discussions, me and him never really does really like. In principle, we mesh, but in general, we always like we don't see it. You know, Sean is what you call
And
Sean
we
is what you
went to
call a
leave. But
he's
wait,
a
Dream God,
hmm?
you back and you laughing, but you wanted them going to stay in the car too. Don't think I remember. Listen, my memory is on point, you know.
So what
You
Sean
see,
say
thank
if
God to
somebody
fellas
if
like Guilda
somebody
on the street.
what Sean say if somebody threaten you woman you gonna stay in the car? What he say?
No, he was talking about a situation where um it was like the mind your business thing. Like he have two principles, mind your business and everything has balance. So the whole mind your business thing came about where somebody he went to help with it being a domestic violence situation and his panel got called and so he was with the panel so he went too and then it was like okay I ain't staying in the car I also going in and so then Dream God told him, like, no, you have to just stay in the car. You have to mind your business in that moment.
But you know, but look, but it's like everything it has nuance and context, right?
I know.
I am very observant and I'm very big on what's the nuance of the situation. Of course, I am always the first one to keep my pals out of trouble. Like I'll be like, yo, we ain't doing that because I feel like this and this guy and we ain't going over there. But if we walking down the street and we see a girl get hit by a man, like we in the dumb chilling, and all of a sudden a man just back hit a girl. We flying on. Like I don't care what it is. We flying on. Like I ain't trying to hear it. We flying. But in some context though, if your partner say, yo, boy, this partner down there, whoop, 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 let we roll. I'm like, hold on. Wait, why? Where we going? What happening down there? Like I can't see it. You tell me, then we gonna make a decision. Like we ain't just jumping in and going. Like this ain't happening.
He's like, I called up my shutters.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I need to know what we getting into. I don't want to reach there and be like, oh shit, like this is not where we supposed to be. You
Telling
know what I
you.
mean?
It could go wrong, but I still appreciate the fact that you're still there, like, you know what, we backing our black women too.
Facts.
But yeah, that whole mental health situation, I am so happy that it's becoming more of a thing and you have different other celebrities also talking about it. So I'm like, yes, please and thanks. And I think, listen, if I have to really give my commentary on this, y'all listen, if y'all gonna hate on me, y'all gonna hate on me. But like I was talking about last week as well, when people ask me, like, V, are you a feminist? I'm like, what do you understand under this? Am I a pro advocate of women's rights? Yes, definitely. Am I a womanist? Yes, because I am pro woman. Don't mean to say that I am anti man. Just like how I'm pro black. Don't mean to say that I am anti white.
Deep.
Don't get it twisted.
I love it. I love it. I know a lot of feminists that anti-men. It's just like, oh, men
No,
still. They just
no.
be like posting stuff like, oh, men still here. I'm disgusted. I'm like, but where you want us to go though? Like, who hurt? First of all, who hurt you?
Who hurt
Was it
you?
your ex, your father? Which male figure hurt you, fam? Because I don't
I know,
understand.
right?
Like, it's
Listen,
wild.
that's why they're saying like most feminists are queer, this, that. I'm like, that's not true, by the way. But I could see how you would think that because all the man hating. I'm like, listen, this is actually women, listen, this is indirectly for you too. Like, I don't understand why you hating because if men get their ish in order, then this is a lot better for you.
It's a win-win.
Exactly.
like, like
Thank
let us
you.
grow. Let us learn. But look, I ain't gonna like to say and be like I tell you earlier, men is assholes. You know what I mean? So it's like I get it. I understand why I get it. But then it's like, damn, like there's a whole group of us out here that do what we can and try to do as much as possible for women and go above and beyond. And then it's like at the end of the day, they just lump us in that big ass category of men is trash. And I'm just like, bro, if you don't like, if you don't relax, like relax. But hey, I can't tell people how to feel, what to do. You do what you got to do. You know what I mean? All I can control is me and the people around me and the men around me. You know what I mean? Like if a partner around me calling out a woman in a bad way, I always step up and be like, yo, relax. This is how you gotta approach it. This is how you gotta approach it. You know what I mean? You always have different ideologies. Nobody can ever fully 100% agree. As long as you stand on the side that, and I don't always say this, women are way better than men, smarter than men, could do just everything men could do is just if not better. You know what I mean? When they say, oh, a woman can be president, well, all wars started on the men. So I don't know what you're saying. So it's like, so I just stick with that and I just push that. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't believe in that nonsense because a lot of these women presidents been racking it, been doing the do, and so I'm like, y'all need to get it together. Y'all really take another perspective sometimes, you know.
Yes,
But this,
Tafari. See, Tafari, get it in the comments. Tafari, say it. How about they need to stop finding trash, man, instead of blaming
oh,
us? Exactly.
this
It's
is
your decisions. Don't blame us for what you choose. Oh, you lord.
well, you see, the thing is, I don't try to necessarily like dim what I have to say, but sometimes I choose wisely when I say it because, I've been in different discussions and they call me to be a sellout, all kind of different things. I'm like, listen though, but y'all talking about, oh yeah, these man them is trash and this, that. I was like, boo boo, you end up being the baby mama, but you ain't choose a dude who you decide to sleep with though.
Last time I checked, you gotta open your legs, huh? So it's one. My mother always say one hand can't clap. See, there's no clapping going on. It's just swishing.
Exactly. So then you wouldn't have been able to, well, I was just going to say you can't clap them cheeks by yourself, but you can, technically. But anyways, so yeah, so I find like accountability on both ends need to be a thing, and
I think it's
I
becoming more
I
of a
am
thing.
good.
I think it's becoming more of a thing though. But let's look. The only thing is just let if you're gonna go down this thing and just like learning and this growth and I making it look the reason I making it such a personal thing for me to protect women or black women or champion black women and stuff like that is because
Hmm.
of how I used to be back again in my teen years. What I tell you I wasn't so proud of is because back then what it was like in academy back then, seeing a light skinned girl was like rare. Like you had like two or three or four of them. So we would always covet the light skinned girls, you know what I mean? And we would champion the light skinned women. Look at the skin, look at the hair. You know what I mean? And it's just
Yeah.
so much different things. Like you go outside academy back in the days, a fight break out, it will be, of course, if it's, and it's not dissing anybody, it's just common sense. If you have a school full of black people and a fight happen, it gonna probably be black people. So when we will come outside, you would always see like the black people fighting and this and that, the girls fighting in the streets, all type of stuff. And then you see the light skinned girl coming up from St. Dominic in their mother BMW, just behaving, going home. And we're just like, oh, look at that. That's you know what I mean? But then the problem is when we and I put this in one of the songs that are gonna be on my EP, the problem is we could have a preference, but it's when you start bashing the other one. And there was a lot of bashing going on back in the days, you know what I mean? Like of black women in general, because it was just like a thing and then it was like a joke and nobody was calling us out on it. So now that I
But I
looking
think
back and healing from that, I checking, okay, well, to me, the best apology is change behavior and actions. So everything I do, if I could help black women or champion black women, I can do it. You know what I mean? And I can put them on a pedestal in the forefront to everything I do. So yeah, it is what it is, man.
But
It
I
is
think
what it
I
is.
think if I need to be honest though, I think even those preferences need to be also checked and addressed because that whole light skin thing that is a neo-colonistic thing. So
It it is.
people need to go back and really examine what that means for them.
I really think. Look, I just see it as this. And again, this I don't know. I always just start by saying I don't know. This is just me. You know what I mean? The light skin, black skin, woo, woo, woo. And this is just some conversations from back in the days on the block with the fellas, whatever. We grew up
Yeah.
around a certain thing, and then when you see something different, it piques your interest. You do that with anything. If you had a bunch of Samsung stuff, and then one day somebody bring you a MacBook, you can be like, "What is this? How does this work? Woo, 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 woo. You know what I mean? But again, the problem comes in when you bash the other side, or you put the other one so high that you make the other one feel like dirt. I personally still think, look, if you have a preference for a fairer skinned woman or whatever, then that is you. I don't know where it come from. That's what it is. But you just need to respect. You just need to respect everybody. You can't be bashing the other. You know what I mean? Like, you need to respect everybody and keep everybody on that pedestal. That's just how I look at it. Now, what you say, like, it is a colorism thing, which is correct, because I went on I like for like a month, I had just was like, let me just dive into colorism because the song I was writing, and I watched a couple of documentaries, including the one on Netflix, and I see how deep it goes. You know what I mean? I'm just like, wow, this colorism thing is really like deep. It's really
It comes
deep.
from colonization. It comes from
Hmm?
colonization, and anything that is adjacent to white is seen as superior. So that's why I'm like, and for black men don't have that issue as much because the darker skinned men have been seen as more stronger, more masculine. The lighter skinned men have been seen as more feminine. So all of that is really coming from a colonistic point of view. And so that's why we also need to check like, okay, why do I think the way I think? And that opens up a whole nother plethora of researches and examining yourself. I ain't saying this gonna happen overnight. I ain't saying it's gonna be easy either because listen, we talk about growing and glowing, and I like to use it too, the growing and glowing situation, but let's be honest now. Most growth, you have the growing pains. It's painful. It's messy.
It
It's a
is.
hot
It's
mess.
very messy. Yep.
It ain't cute.
Not
It
at all.
ain't
There's
cute.
nothing cute about growth. There's nothing cute about growth.
No. So
That is
even
true.
though I still like to feel like because I'm growing, I'm glowing. Yes, part of it is growing and glowing, but y'all don't see me when I in the mud down there digging myself out to the pit. You understand? So
That's the thing. And you know, with the I see Tafari say we need to check ourselves, everybody including ourselves. He's right. Because
yeah.
then at the end of the day, look, if you live your life the way I did as a teen, where everything was, oh, she likes skin with curly hair, so I like her. I was just
Mm,
on a very first degree physical plane. Again, but I'll tell you, everything was material, everything was flesh oriented, everything was very,
yeah.
it was low. And I mean, I look at life in
Mhm.
3 degrees, you know what I mean? First, second, and third. You have
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
physical, mental, spiritual, right? So it's
Okay,
like,
so
I
right.
was very physical back then. So I feel like once
Mm,
we get above that and just learn, like, yo, love has no color, love has no religion, no creed. Love is love. And you could fall in love with
mhm.
the person that looked like Snow White or the person that looked like in a movie of Black Panther. It don't matter. But love
Yeah,
is love. You know what I mean?
this is
I
true.
just want to make it to where we just don't bash anybody. You know what I'm
Each
saying?
other.
And so
And
far
I
as like
feel like
is society pushes the colorism thing.
he
Like
likes
you
it.
have
Yeah.
songs, Pop Smoke song, I like women, light skin, tatted, Ashton. Like everything is light skin, this
Mm,
red bone that, and we playing that over and over and
exactly.
over, and that is stick, you know. So
Exactly.
hopefully we get out of that,
That's
but
why.
it's happening.
And I feel like when we get to the point where it's not only not bashing, but also celebrating each other for our differences, I think that is where that's where it's at.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where it's at.
Celebrating each other. And I saw, like, for example, when we had the Black Lives Matter protest in Amsterdam, like that was when I literally was there
Mm,
sitting, taking a step back, like, yo, this is crazy. I saw black men kneeling and white people around him kneeling, crying with him. And I'm just like, what? This is crazy. I've never seen
yeah,
something like that. You know what I mean? I've never seen something like that.
exactly.
And
That is
yeah, like
beautiful.
it's crazy. Like I see white people telling black people, yo, we got you. Like we can celebrate you. We alias don't like it's crazy. Like we need more of that. We need just love all around. I a type of person I lead with love all the time. I try to lead with everything with love
Everything.
until you prove me otherwise. Then we could get into some gangster shit. But until then, I can leave with some love. You know
I
what I
can still
mean?
pull up. I can
Yeah.
still pull up.
Then we could get into that. But we can lead with love all the time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
regardless, black, white, gay, straight, like it's whatever. Again, my people back home, I have real homies back home that I close with that I know homophobic. And every time I bring up the gay topic, they're
I love
super
it. Yeah.
uncomfortable. But guess what? I gonna pull up on my block with a gay dude in my seat, and you ain't gonna tell me nothing. Like, are you crazy? Like, because we gotta
But
normalize just
listen,
love.
listen, whatever somebody's struggle is, whatever somebody's preferences, whatever somebody's choices are, at the end of the day, God is love. And so if we need to be on that vibrational level of love, I think a whole lot of things fall away. And so if we learn to accept each other where we are, then we are able to then create like whole space for people for them to develop and grow from there.
Exactly.
So if you're just bashing each other constantly, is like just like how we bashing our men, we bashing our gay friends or whatever it is, it's like you're not giving the person, you're not holding space for them to grow and develop and evolve as a person. And I
Exactly.
think what you're talking about with the song, But I'm Still Growing, we need to also hold space for each other to grow and
Facts.
evolve.
Facts. You
So
have to
I,
respect that, and like you say, hold space, encourage
yeah,
it, you know, and normalize it. Growth, just make growth normal. Like you don't have to be the same way just because this is how your parents do it and your grandparents do it from over Rambo or say wherever they're from. You don't have to do it that way. You could change. Like it's fine. You know what I'm saying?
evolution, evolution is a part of the process. It's
Facts.
all a part of the process.
Facts. And is so much different things around us that keep us back, right? Like there's is the religions or the politics or the creeds or the this and the that, the borders. Like if you just strip away everything, at our core we are love.
Mm.
We're not a human. This ain't forever. This is just flesh. We just here for a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the
Mhm.
heart of it, we are love. So if we could just go back to that and show everybody that same respect or just that same love, and then we get it back in return, we could go far. Like hate could disappear. But it's good that we have some hate because without hate, you wouldn't learn. You
It
understand?
will
Like
push you to, it will push you to still be the best
exactly,
you. I don't say,
exactly.
like I said, use it as a tool, but don't come from that place.
Exactly. And look, DJ Alex the Kid, shout
So,
out to him. Like, this is a dude, he in the comments, it's a dude I went high school with. Like, I know he had a child recently, but we come up from the same type of background, you know what I mean? But I know he can
nice.
teach his child different and he gonna approach it different, you know what I mean? Because he
Mhm.
grow, he learn, he expanded. So that's what it takes. It just takes for us to heal and grow. And it can take a generation at a time, baby steps, and then everything at some point later down 2050, I guess we gonna be Gucci. We out here. If global warming didn't take us out first.
It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to take that long. It really doesn't. It's like how you said, sometimes you wake up and you decide like today I'm gonna get help. Of course you have the process, right? But you decide every day who you're going to be and what you're going to be and how you're going to
Exactly.
approach life. So it don't have to be till 2050. Boo boo,
No.
start now. And by the time next year you can already be like, I'm gonna reintroduce myself.
Facts. We break in. Look, 2021 to all the men that here watching us now, let me say
Barriers.
this. For 2021, we break in the cycle like Alex the Kid say. We going to set
Yes.
affirmations. We going to be the difference. We gonna be out here respecting and championing women, especially black women. We gonna be doing all of that, and we gonna hold our friends, our male friends, accountable
Comfortable.
for the nonsense that we just hear. Right? I hear a lot of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like let's start. Like let's normalize that. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's grow. Be comfortable with it. If you need somebody to cry and word vomit on, call a homie. Like make that normal. Don't call a girl. We always thought, yo, boy, I feel it. Let me call this girl real quick. No. Call your homie. Like make him uncomfortable. Like let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Me and Sean is best friends. We had many
Yeah.
nights of uncomfortable crying and like together. It's many nights. But we grow and evolve like that, you know what I mean? So 2021
Yeah.
fellas, let we put the best foot forward. Let we start growing. Let we start holding our friends accountable. You know what I'm saying? If you got kids, let's do better than our parents did with us. Not saying they did a bad job.
Legacy,
I'm just
baby.
saying we got a
Legacy.
blueprint now, you know what I mean? So let's run with it.
For sure, for sure. Hey, Dream Guy was saying, yo, is the most uncomfortable conversations is where growth comes from. And I am definitely about that. That's why I want to thank you for having the I don't know, I don't feel like for you it was uncomfortable.
Well,
But
what was
touching on all of
uncomfortable?
these, I said I don't feel like for you it was uncomfortable
What
touching on
exactly?
all of these taboo subjects.
Oh
Like
no, no,
I
no.
don't
I
know.
love it.
For
Yo,
some for some dudes,
yeah, this is what I do. Like I love it.
for
I
some
want to do
guys
this.
for some guys, talking about periods only is like, wait, what? Then you gonna talk about prostate? Hello? It's like I was, I was sitting down here talking. I'm like, I was talking to my cousin. I was going back and forth. You know, like I really want to do this. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. I was like, should I preface it before and be like, you know what? This is a part of the conversation. I was like, okay, let me just throw in men's health, and I'm gonna feel it out and see how it would go.
Nah, nah, nah. I know it. I and again, and you know, this is actually helping me as well because remember I told you I don't know exactly who Devon is fully yet, but this is
Yeah.
showing me that Devon is comfortable with talking. I don't. Gilda, no, we ain't doing that. But Devon, like, I'm super comfortable wherever. Like, you know what I mean? I don't. It's conversations. It needs to be had.
Yeah.
These things are reality. Why are
Definitely.
we hiding from the reality? So to answer the question, no, I'm super comfortable with talking about this stuff. You know what I mean? It don't matter.
This is so amazing. This is refreshing. To me, this is refreshing. Because normally I'm used to like tiptoeing around the situation and be like, okay, then you bring it forward and you see the guys go like, you know, like do the pullback. I'm being a little extra dramatic now, but is you see that literally happen and be like,
Yeah, the meme where it just disappeared to the grass, just like I'm out.
exactly.
I'm gonna go this way. What Tafari say? I
Oh,
forget this man name in Gilda. Well, Tafari, yes. I do have a real name. It's Devon, Devon Stapleton, Stapleton, which is from St. Kitts because my whole family is Kittitian. So it's a whole British
hey.
name. We got a big family in St. Kitts. Actually, we have like a whole village in St. Kitts called Stapleton Village. Like when you got St. Peter's, you got Stapleton
For
Village.
real?
Yeah, yeah, my family big over there. I ain't gonna
Nice.
lie, but I never really go to St. Kitts like that. Like I have St. Matt. I identify with St. Martin. You know what I mean? But
Yes,
my
imagine that.
family's yeah, yeah, for sure. 721 all day. Shout out to the 599 Ebenezer. You don't know. We out
Hey,
here.
hey. But little people know where they can find you and find your merch because we gotta start pushing this merch because we need to be, you know, like on that whole you know, independent level, take care of ourselves, independent on nobody
Facts, facts,
for living. Like I feel like
facts.
we as a people need to go more that direction too, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show.
Yes, buy black. Like all the stuff I wear is black merch. Like this is
Buy
my
black.
merch. Like my sweatshirts is from a black luxury brand by this. Like I just buy black. But for me, right now, look, I actually have a meeting with Tasha next week. Shout out to Tasha. She have her own lip gloss line. And I actually want to ask her about like setting up an online shop the way she did it because I gonna start
Mhm.
selling this next year and stuff. So for now the merchandise ain't out there. The only way y'all could support me and I would really appreciate it is just keep streaming, but I'm still growing. Guilda featuring Digits, produced by J Mello. It is to me my best song that I've done to date. I've done a lot, but this one is the most meaningful and best song. Put it this way: my father never listened to my rap music, right?
Ooh.
But he listened to this song and he sent me a text saying he actually likes it and he's super proud of me. And I cried like a baby when I read that text because that's all a man ever wants is to hear your father say he proud. So just
Exactly.
just keep streaming that song. Keep streaming my other music. You can find me on Instagram here underscore Gila underscore IY, Twitter, same thing. And yeah, oh, also shout out to Sila Sis because I do have the Swaliga Women in Power show on their podcast slash Instagram where every week we highlight a young, vibrant, black entrepreneur woman from St.
Hmm.
Martin and we highlight their business and we give them a push. So shout out to them. So if you want to support me, you could also support that as well, just by supporting the young black
Exactly.
entrepreneur women from St. Martin. And you know, push it like that. So yeah, it ain't fully about me. Support the young black women from St. Man who got businesses, the Tashas of the world, the Alexandrines, Ashley got one, Dianca got her. There's so much of them, De La Rogue, and it's like it's just a lot. Just support black women business. Don't worry
Let's
about me.
start
I fine.
supporting it. I want to put it out there. Let's support each other for the holiday season, especially. And outside of that too. Don't get me wrong, outside of that too. But I want you to think, especially now during the holiday season, when you're supporting a family-owned business or a black-owned business or a small business, whatever it is, know that you are supporting a dream, you're supporting a family, you're supporting a mission. So yes, your dollars do count. I'm going into my whole entrepreneurial business situation right now, but your dollars count where you spend your dollars, your euros, whatever it is you're spending, your money, your shmoney, it does matter. And so if you want to really support, look at where you're spending your money.
Facts, facts, and I
I'm
see
saying
Tafari.
you could scale it back and be like, you know what? Okay, for some of the businesses, of course, the items might be a bit more expensive because they're not buying at bigger scales. That's okay. They could get there if you support now.
Exactly. And I see Tafari in the comments say he can stop making stuff. I've been waiting for he to come out with his stuff. You know what I mean? I don't look when it comes to buying black, I don't think twice. Like when I buy black, I just be like, I would pay this same amount for something that they make anyways, they being a white brand. So
Exactly.
I'm like, why not pay this? You know what I mean? My friend who I went to college with, shout out to Rudy, he have a brand called Buy This, but it's a black luxury brand. It's very pricey.
Mhm.
Like I think one hoodie
Yeah,
is like 180. I paid out with a smile. Like, how much it is? Whatever. Boom. Blah, 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 put it on. You know
there
what I
you
mean?
go.
Because that's black excellence. You know what I mean? Like you say, every dollar count, every dollar circulating within the black community counts, especially back home, especially on St. Martin. We need to do that a
Yeah.
lot more. So,
Mhm.
all to the women in here who watch it, if you're coming up with a business or whatever, let me know. And then I could talk to
To
Sila
be able
Sis
to
and then I
shout it
could
out.
push it. You know what I mean? Definitely. Definitely.
Yep, yep, yep. But let me also know because I was doing my Femme Fantastique segments. Maybe I should start coming back with it again. Because yeah, we need to help push each other.
You do
And
it.
I don't wanna only Drinking Tea with V is a pro woman platform, but I don't want to
Mm.
make it only about women. And that's why I think it's really awesome that you guys are coming on. And I'm loving the male's perspective as well. Or sorry, I go male again. Men's perspective as well, because having those male female discussions versus men and women. I should use men and women.
But yeah, what? Since when? Why we can't say male and female no more? I noticed this is a thing.
I think it was a discussion.
Oh God. All right. Well, when you have that discussion and
I
you tune
want
in and watch it.
I want to respect everybody's feelings. I don't feel no type of way about it. So, but yeah. Hey, that's
Definitely.
me.
We gotta support each other,
But
like you
yeah.
say. And whenever you come up with your stuff, like again, let me know. If anybody want to contact me, let me know. I'm
Yeah.
not arrogant. I'm not cocky. Don't believe the lies. I'm a really cool guy. Okay. I got a Z pill up my ass a couple weeks ago. I'm pretty cool. So it's I'm a cool guy. Okay. Let's start there. But yeah, just
He's not the little scent he used to be anymore. He's a
nah,
full-on
I have a
Gilda
whole,
and
I
he
have
is
a whole
Devon.
Guilda, I have a whole Antillian Guilda, you know what I mean? And just support me again by streaming my song, but I'm still growing, featuring Digits,
Exactly.
produced by J Mello. Is we trying to work on a video, because everybody been asking for it, but with this Corona thing and the job situation, money is, so we trying to get something
Yeah.
done, but yeah, guys, look, appreciate everybody that streamed it, all the shares.
Oh,
Thank you guys. And yeah, let's keep it
and
moving.
I know he ain't gonna say it right. He ain't gonna say it, but I gonna say it for him. You could also give your own donations too when you're streaming on Spotify or whatever it is. You can decide to also give. So I want to say like, hey, we're in the spirit of giving. So if y'all love it so much, make sure that you
Somebody was
show your
telling me
love.
like I should start like a what's that thing where you could pay money to like
Patreon,
donate? That's what it called? Do-
Patreon. Yeah.
That or GoFundMe, one of them. And it was like, yo, if you don't have money to do the video, ask people for money. I'm just like, really? They don't want to spend money on me. What are you talking about? But I'm gonna see. The
Well,
team
you
been
can do
telling me
a
to do it, so I'm gonna see what's going
you
on.
can do a you can do a GoFundMe for the there are several ones. Some of you have to check which one it is. But one of them is like if you don't meet your target, you don't get the money, and they give it back. And one of them is if you whatever you get, you keep.
That's GoFundMe.
But yeah, why
GoFundMe
not?
does that, yeah.
Yeah. Why not? It's like, yo, you want to see this? You would go to Pathé and pay, I don't know, 15 to see a movie. You want to see this video.
Facts, facts. But I think I'm gonna do it. My like Tafari said in the comment, closed mouths don't get fed. I see where she said,
Exactly.
Gilda, you the best hands down. I really appreciate it. Like back then, those type of comments would go straight to my head, but I don't take those type of comments for granted. You know what I mean? I work very hard to deliver a level of music that St. Martiners abroad could be like, yo, listen to this. This is St. Martin, you know what I mean? And be proud. So I appreciate that. And
I
Tafari, you
love that
have no
music
choice but to
style.
style me now. You and Devaney, y'all have zero choice. So it is already booked, you know what I mean?
The stylist is already booked.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for
Y'all know
sure.
any videographers out there who want to work on this project, make sure you contact Gilda and make it a fantabulous one. Like, hey, we need to be supporting each
Facts.
other out here in these streets.
Facts, facts. I gonna
We
put
should
it out. I
definitely
gonna
be
do the
doing it.
GoFundMe and see what's going on. See if we can get this thing popping and get the video to the production. But I have all the means to do it. You know, what I mean, I know plenty videographers. I got the big studios, whatever. But of course, the finance in these times with the job uncertainty
Yeah.
now with my job, you know, I can't just be out there making it.
Just
Although
be like,
I did
darn
make one
it.
dumb purchase, and that's the last one for 2020. Is that I always wanted a gold grill here. And I have a
Nah.
jewel. Listen,
Right
listen.
now?
But
Yes, I
listen,
listen.
no. I
I
have
listen. I
a
listen.
jeweler in Germany who I met. 'Cause he come over here and does jewelry for the artists here. He a cool dude,
Yeah.
and me and him get close because I help him with becoming a Freemason and stuff like that. So through that,
Mm.
he and me become cool. And then he was like, "Yo, Gilda, let me do your grill for you, bro. Like, let's do the grill. Like, I want to do the grill." I'm like, I don't got no money. And he was like, bro, I'll give you a discount. Like, I'll do it these here, all 14 karat gold if you just give me 550 euros. And I was like, sounds like a plan. Boom, give him the money. But then now I'm like, damn, I could have done so much for that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could have put her in the video, but I'm like, I always wanted a gold
Exactly.
grill. But I
We listen,
always
listen,
wanted one.
listen. We, we the people. I speak it for the people. We the people want the video. Don't be doing these things
No,
all
you
willy
know what it
nilly.
is? It gonna come out good because when I get a grill and put it on in the video, it gonna look good. It gonna all make sense. You know what I mean? I wasn't listen, it was a stupid purchase, but you know, I really just purchased. I was like, yo, life too short. Like people dying this year. Like if you want a grill, get a grill. Like money,
No,
scared
we
money
gotta
don't make
keep.
money.
We gotta be out here being financially literate and savvy. So we can't be doing these things like
I
that.
do invest in cryptocurrency, so if anyone wants to learn about that,
Okay.
holla.
Invest period. I'm also working on my financial game too. So that's that. Like I say, that's a whole nother that's a whole nother topic for a
That's
whole
a
nother
whole other
show.
topic for another show.
But yeah, I want to thank you so much. You guys make sure that y'all not only follow here on Instagram, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well.
Definitely.
You could also check me on Facebook, but I'm mostly here on Insta anyways. But still go show some love over there. The numbers count. The
They
numbers
do.
count. So
They
that's
do.
why we still going for Gilda's 10K. And
Facts.
yeah, we need to at least get me to 100 subscribers by the end of this year, so I can,
Yeah,
customize my stuff.
no
But
problem. Look,
yeah,
look, what I'll do is after this week coming, I can just be pushing your stuff and yeah, we can get to you to 100 subscribers. It's a dope show. Thank you for inviting me to come on. I really enjoyed it. I love conversations with people who vibrate on the same frequency as I or higher. And you definitely, your
yeah,
vibe, your aura, your energy, you are such an amazing person and you are a beautiful woman here and here. So you continue doing your
thank
thing.
you.
We gonna support you, period. I got your back. You know what I mean? So anything you need from me, holla, and I'm on it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Gang.
But
Gang.
it was such a great show. I love your energy as well. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you're enjoying the different perspectives. I'm hoping that you also tap into having these uncomfortable conversations if it's uncomfortable for you. Talk about these different taboo topics because we need to definitely push each other to the next level. We can't stay vibrating down here like Gilda was talking about. And yeah, we need to be better overall, just better. We need to be growing. We need to reach to the point where we're not only in the mud, but we also glowing.
Facts.
So yeah, have those different conversations and be fab, stay fit, and have a fantabulous week, y'all.
You too. Hey, everybody, you don't know. Later.
Bye. Take
Bye.
care.